Deep voices.
Oh my god.
You know?
I actually think
that's heavy.
I have all the lows already cranked, so it should enhance your lows.
Hello there, Andy.
Yeah.
Welcome to Not Cool in High School.
Yeah, so here we are, Not Cool in High School, episode 25.
Omega. With our host, Tony Blackwell, along with co-host Ben Craig and Andy Heder, and our guest host, Steve from Gorilla Pack.
I think it would be guest, just guest.
Yeah.
No.
He's guest slowly
he's
becoming
the show.
He's guest slowly becoming a staple.
Hey, that's it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
What do they call it in sitcoms when you have the recurring characters? Yeah.
Recurring guests.
Recurring
well, they're
guests.
not on all the shows, but they're there a lot.
That's kind of like Sarah right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we could do? Best recurring guest.
Once again,
That's
something
still when you have to
something
look up.
we have to research.
Well, look at Saturday Night Live. Look at you got
Oh, well, that's
Steve
different.
Martin, John Goodman.
Well, hold on, let me get through
Alec
this first.
Baldwin.
Justin Timberlake.
So check out our pages. Skookstock is still a thing going on. Check it out on Facebook. BigTicket.com. Skookstock, $25 tickets. 8 bands, 6 local comics. Going to be a good time. In the links below, we have our page for our cool intro music that just got debuted last week for the band Look Alive. Song is Snowblind. It's so awesome. It's a really good song, so check it out.
Oh yeah, you would.
They're very
Yeah.
fun.
We have 2 Twitch pages down below I want you to check out. Billy Trey and Big Jer they're 2 guys that are friends of the podcast. They have their own Twitch accounts. Go follow them, give them a subscribe. Retro Stop Studios, which is making Retromania, which is a cool game. Check that out. Check out Andy's podcast, Call It the Power Ring.
So
man.
I hooked up to Anchor, and it took 3 days to get on every podcast thing I was waiting to go. But now we are, so.
Cool.
I upload an episode, but I didn't share it yet because I was waiting. At first it goes up to Spotify, and then it goes to like something weird.
Yeah.
And then like take
Well, Spotify is actually, they own Anchor now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And then it took 2 days to get to Apple, and then like now it's on everything.
Yep.
So I just have to share it.
Yeah,
I waited to make sure it was on everything.
So if you actually search now, Call It the Power Ring,
Yeah, just search for that.
it's gonna be its own thing.
Yeah.
So I actually have to
I'll post
update.
it then, yeah.
I have I only have the Facebook page up there right now. But if you search Call It the Power Ring in all major podcast platforms, it'll pop up.
Yeah, and like the Facebook page. We
Yeah.
only have like 90 people. Or
Yeah,
something.
go check out.
And I post the new episodes there, so if you want to RSS feed or whatever.
And then we also have Murder My Dude. Go check them out. Go check out our friends at the Wicked Turtle Network. They make a lot of cool stuff. Then you go check out Billy and Trey's. I have Billy and Trey's Twitch page on here twice. I have everything on here
check
twice.
out twice. Check out one for Billy, then leave and come back and check out.
Everything's on there twice. Jeremy for the Big Jer's music page. Check that out. Check out our stuff, and that'll do it. I have to fix that for later because I have stuff doubled.
And that PA band page, then it shared Skookstock, the new local one.
So
I liked it, and they sent me a message. Thank you for liking it. I said, no problem.
Yeah. So that actually the PA Band Network page is a lady named Ruth. And she was a very Sharon Ruth, right?
Yeah,
Sharon Ruth.
Oh,
she's
roasted.
very, very instrumental in getting Crowbot seen.
She's super involved with the local music scene. She's really passionate about it.
So when I made a post saying, "Hey, who wants to help run one of the pages, and if you find cool content, just share it to the page." That's all I really want someone to do. If you're interested, you can do that as well. And pretty much what we do is we use those posts to say in the beginning here that cover our news. Like, so if you post, "Hey, I found this really cool Switch thing," and you follow a lot of Switch pages, just share to page, and I'll give you administrative access to do that. Sharon said she wanted to help out with banging beers.
Oh, cool.
So she's also doing the PA Band Network, and she's doing Banging Beers. So you can see pretty much everything you're going to see on Banging Beers. You're going to see on the PA Band Network, and she's going to bring more awareness to local music on our page as well to kind of help us out, which is great because it's getting to the point where I just can't do it all, and it's very, very helpful that people do that. I think this is this was just shared.
Yeah, I do both. I do both of them. The wrestling.
That new wheezing. We'll talk about it then.
Oh yeah, with the top hat.
Yeah.
I don't want to get ahead.
Which one?
The wheezing.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So Capcom will delist DuckTales from the
the remastered version.
So it'll no longer be available
for tomorrow. So you better get your downloads in today.
$12.99. Yeah,
they're just like, hey, I guess with like licensing and all with Disney and shit.
Some like licenses run up for games.
Yeah,
like the Simpsons one. They
did it with the Simpsons and X-Men
Turtles
arcade
in Time,
game, which I was kind of pissed about.
Turtles in Time. I lost Turtles in Time.
On what? What platform?
Xbox 360.
Really?
Yeah, I have them all.
Wow.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
That's brutal.
Good game too.
Pokemon had some news today. They showed a new electric type. It literally sounds exactly like Pikachu, but then it has like a dark form as well.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah,
I didn't see that either.
Yeah.
But that's not what's taking everybody by storm today.
I seen the one that the cupcake. There's like a cake one. It evolves from a cupcake into a big cake.
Yep.
I was like, I'm gonna play to get that one.
I'm probably mispronouncing this, but it's a Galarian. Galarian. So that's going to be the new region.
Like Alolan.
Yes. So last game had the Alolan forms, where a few Pokemon had a different look because it was in a different region. So it's their way of making new Pokemon without making a new Pokemon.
They have slightly different powers.
Yeah, and they have a different
fire,
look.
They have ice.
Yep.
And sometimes they actually look a little bit better, in my opinion.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they look worse.
Sometimes they look
Alolan
like
Executor looks ridiculous.
with a giant. Sometimes they look like floating bongs, like Weezing.
I think it looks like a fancy gentleman Weezing with a top hat and a mustache.
The mustache is great.
Yeah. It would if it didn't have smoke pouring out of
is
the
there
top.
smoke coming out of the top hat?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
It's like clean air.
What else would the smoke come out of in there?
It looks like a bong.
Coughing and
It's,
wheezing.
well, the white smoke makes it even worse. I know it's funny. I didn't even put it together, but you're totally right.
Yeah,
well, that's the new thing on the internet now. I'm like, you know what? Who cares?
I think it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
And
it's a dually.
one.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's ones that look like dicks and stuff too.
There's another one that looks like Gene Simmons. Because if you get the Zigzagoon, that's the Galarian region one, and then it goes it's like a heavy metal version of Lanoon, and then there's like another one that's like dressed up like Gene Simmons, like hardcore, like the stars and it's like a Kiss band member.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Quick question while we're on Pokemon: do you know what you're gonna choose? Sword or Shield?
I think I'm gonna buy the double pack on Amazon.
Ooh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I
like to collect them. When it comes to playing first, I think I'm gonna play Shield.
So I don't really know what the difference is.
I feel like everyone's gonna jump to Sword because Sword
sounds cool.
Sounds cooler, and
I think there's
gonna
be a Sword and Shield type Pokemon too.
There is.
Like are either fighting.
There's gonna be
weapon.
There's gonna be a Sword and Shield and
legendary.
Like legendary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One has a sword in his mouth. One literally looks like a shield.
Yeah. I was gonna get shield because my friend's wife got sword. So to trade,
I feel like everyone's gonna go sword. I mean sword. So I'm gonna go shield.
I was thinking that same thing. It's funny.
Yeah.
That's why I got Eevee because everyone was getting Let's Go Pikachu. I'm like, oh,
I got the same thing.
I got Pikachu just because I wanted Pikachu.
Yeah.
When Sun and Moon came out, what did you play?
I didn't. I missed all those.
Did you?
Yeah.
I missed that one as well. That was
okay.
like the one I missed.
So the only game I need to complete my DS ones that are on the DS, I have all the DS ones.
See,
I think for the most part. I just need Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Really? Wow. Yeah. X and Y, everything.
Actually, I might have an Ultra. I just don't have the other one.
Well, let's start a Pokemon. I'm gonna pick Score Bunny. I'm picking a Fire Bunny. It's Score Bunny, Grass Monkey. I forget his name.
And
then
there's
Grass
like
Monkey, which is the.
And there's like
I will probably go.
And then there's what
terribly depressed tadpole.
The upset depressed tadpole.
I like the sound.
I always go Fire.
Oh really? See, I just switch it up. Like whatever one looks cool.
I normally always go Fire.
I like Grass.
Like when I went through Eevee, I went with Squirtle.
Okay.
I'm usually Grass and Fire when it comes to it. I'm like, I don't care for the bunny, but I don't care for the monkey, and I'm like,
depressed.
I think the monkey's gonna look awesome when it's fully
terribly
evolved.
depressed tadpole.
It's gonna be a gorilla. It has to.
It's gonna be a sick looking gorilla. Here's some really cool news.
and the other one's Sabi, so it is a crime.
Sabi, yeah, he's a sobbing Pokemon. This is really, really good news, and I'm glad that they're starting to push for this. Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo all got together and pretty much said that they will no longer allow loot boxes in video games.
I think that's fantastic.
Unless the publisher discloses the drop rates.
Yeah.
So they said it will no longer be a thing unless you say, this is what your drop rate is for everything, and if they find that you're lying about it, there will be serious consequences.
Because they don't want to pay to win, which
yes.
I agree. You already paid $60 for the game.
Absolutely.
That's excellent.
Cough, EA.
Yeah.
That's a really good business standpoint because somebody can actually dump like $200-$300 on trying to get those higher chances at.
So they pretty much proved that in Star Wars Battlefront 2, if you wanted to get Darth Vader, you had to pay. You weren't going to buy one loot box and randomly get him.
Yeah.
It was a 0% chance.
No.
They capped it that you had to at least put another so much money into the game before he would even be accessible to
or even
recruit.
show up.
That's stupid.
Yes.
How about play the game, beat the game, do this?
Even that, even if you play the game, you would have had to play the game for an extreme,
like 6 years,
an unrealistic amount of time to even unlock Darth Vader.
That's retarded.
Surprised they didn't just have him in the store for $30 or whatever. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Well, that game bombed terrible because of that.
Yes.
They
said Star Wars Battlefront 2 was one of the best shooters that people play. They said it was an amazing shooter, but it was so locked behind paywall. It was disappointing. So Hulu has really
how about this?
done some stuff.
Here's what I don't know. I don't know if it's the package is that the commercial Hulu or the commercial free Hulu. I'm gonna say it's the commercial Hulu.
Even if it's not, I still think it's a crazy good deal.
Yeah, it's $12.99, which is just normal. That's the commercial free Hulu because the regular Hulu's $10.99.
Yeah.
I think.
So for $12.99 a month, you get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
Oof.
Now this ESPN Plus is interesting for me.
That's UFC, right?
Yes. So a huge reason I stopped watching UFC is because I was upset that they put it behind paywall.
Yeah.
I'm already a fan of UFC. I pay for your UFC subscription. You got rid of all the fights that you, because it was so many a month that you would get on there. Then they would say it's on actual television that I could actually watch, and then I would have to buy a pay-per-view. Now you turn around and said, we're not going to do anything with our network, but we're going to make you still pay for it so you go watch back fights.
Yeah.
And now you have to pay ESPN Plus to watch every fight that would have been on TV. So you're putting your content behind more paywall.
Yeah.
And there's just too much out there already. Like
they have a card every week.
They do.
It's like, whoa.
Well, it wasn't bad if it was when it was every week. When it was on cable television, when it was on Fox, like cool. There's 3 cards on.
Yeah, if they had a weekly TV show.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
There was a card on every other week, but you was like, you know what? I don't mind watching that because of this. But I couldn't see myself paying for ESPN Plus for that.
Yeah.
Like. And I know a lot of people get mad when I say this, but as a wrestling fan, you're going to tell me I could pay $9.99 a month and get every single pay-per-view for free, every pay-per-view ever, every upcoming pay-per-view, and you're going to give me NXT and all their pay-per-views
and all the different shows they put out,
and all that exclusive content for $9.99. But UFC, I pay for the UFC app, and it doesn't give me a current fight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bullshit.
That doesn't make sense.
It should work the same way, even if it's $20 a month. Every fight that happens should be on there.
It's ridiculous to me. But now that it's bundled in, that makes it more appealing to me to buy it.
Thing. So I have Hulu commercial free. It is $12.99.
Yep.
So like, if that commercial free is in there, is it now like you get this now?
You might have to pay the $12.99 and then pay the additional what would it be for $12.99 for commercial.
Yeah, maybe it's up to $14.99.
So for me, I have Hulu. I don't have commercial free, but I do pay for live TV.
Okay.
So I pay the extra $30 a month for live TV because I don't have cable, and I think it's.
Can you get commercial free live TV?
No, no.
Wouldn't that be something?
I don't have.
Wow.
I'll tell you what. For someone who hasn't had cable television for a long time, I don't mind commercials, only because for a long time I didn't know what was out there.
Yeah.
So when it came to like, oh, there's something new coming out, I had no idea because I never watched commercials.
I see 0 commercials.
Yeah.
Like the only time I see was YouTube. When I
now the problem is I see commercials everywhere. Like when I want to watch a 13-second video on Facebook, and I want to watch a video on Facebook or YouTube, there's commercials. If I want to read a web page, I have to watch a commercial.
Yeah.
It's a bit much.
And it's always like cars and stuff. Well, I'm not going to buy a Lexus because I see this commercial. You know?
Right.
Like, it should be something that you like, this soda or something, or this cookies.
This is not something I'm encouraging people to come do, but I'm gonna put it out there. If you want to watch Tony probably throw up in a 20-minute span, I'll be playing in an alumni tournament game in Shenandoah Youth Soccer Association this Saturday. Game started at 8:30. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. My
my
body is not prepared for physical activity anymore. My body is completely shut down. But this organization has done a lot for me as a player and then a coach afterwards. So they asked me to be part of one of the alumni teams. I said,
"That's awesome."
They said, "Do you have subs?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, cool. I'll hit the field for like 5-10 minutes." And then I'm fucking out of there.
Not subs like Farlow's makes. Right?
I will eat subs as well.
I got those too.
Yeah. Dropping the pitch. Good job.
But if you want to come down and see alumni
Where's
game
it at?
down in Channel U Soccer Field this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh shit! I have a wedding to go to. Maybe I might stop in and see a puke.
Yeah,
I will. And be like, "Oh, Ben,
I will 100% throw up when I haven't done any physical activity in a long time, and then I run for the first time. I'm like, "Oh God, and then I puke, and then I'm amazing." Like, yeah. So I'll get my puke out early.
It's just the backwash. You just want to clear yourself out.
It's horrible. It's so bad.
I hate throwing up.
Even when I was in shape, when I say if I played football or soccer and I didn't do nothing for the winter, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get back into it and start running again." I'd run. I'd be like, "Man, I'm getting sick." And I'd get all that phlegm and mucus and build up, and then I can't breathe, and I just like force myself to puke, and then I'm good.
Really? It came close a couple times when it's really hot in there and I'm running a lot and wrestling and rings, and I was like, "Oh man," and I better slow down. But
have you ever seen someone puke in the wrestling ring?
Yes.
What do they do?
See a guy in the corner. It's a video. You can look it up. I forget who it is. It's Cheech and Cloudy.
Yeah.
And I think it's Cloudy, who's a small guy, blonde hair. He's in the corner, and like Grant Akuma from Jakarta's kicking him. It's like 1, 2, 3. He goes back and everyone's like, it's like he kicks him again. I was like, oh.
That's hilarious. I seen him over a UFC fighter. He was completely shredded, jacked, cut as shit, and then he wins the fight and he puts his hands up. He's like, "Yeah," and he goes, and he just spray vomits everywhere. It was awesome.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know if this is 100% true. I got this from a wrestling page.
I think it is.
From what I've been looking, it looks like it is 100%. So WWE is going to end their relationship with Ukes after WWE 2K20.
How many years has it been?
It's been a long time.
20 years?
Yeah, it's been.
It's been since what, 2000?
At least 2014, because that was when the 2K started, I believe.
Even I think didn't they make the ones before?
2K12.
Or did they make SmackDown vs. Raw the last one?
I think it was SmackDown vs. Raw 2012. And then 2K13 on, then it became 2K after 13.
So they made 7.
I think the first one was CM Punk at 13, then it went Randy Orton. I could be wrong. But
anyway, for many years.
It's been the same game for the entire time.
I mean, there really isn't that much difference. It's like if you gave a little kid like 2000, like 2K17,
it's just a different roster.
Yeah, there's not that much difference.
Now, here's my thing. I was excited for this because I think to myself the same thing that happens to me every year with sports games. I'm a sports game fan, and I know a lot of people aren't, and I understand why you're not. Because it is a rewash of every year. Like this year's Madden is gorgeous. It plays. I will get in that in a little bit, but it plays amazing. It literally feels like a different game.
Oh, that came out, didn't it?
Yeah. The 2K wrestling games last year was very bad.
Was it?
It was very.
I didn't play
it was
that
very.
I got burned out on this.
It was very bad. So if you're telling me now, before your game drops, that you're dropping the developer, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, for this one coming out, hey, yeah.
Exactly. So if this game is coming out, you're like, man, if you're a collector, that might be it.
Yeah.
Like, besides that, like, this will probably be a discounted game within 4 months.
Yeah.
So if you're
that's
going...
one I'd wait on. I
would never want to ruin a video game by saying don't buy it when it comes out because there's a lot on stake for a video game developer. But on this time around, I don't feel bad saying it because they're already telling us they're dropping them as developers. So even if this game does successful or tanks, we're not getting Ukes back next year. So, and if you're dropping them now, that tells me that it's another cookie cutter from last year and you're not happy with your game.
Same thing. You play as Becky and you play as...
Cover is Becky and Roman.
But I think the storyline is Becky and Daniel Bryan. Like, you know,
I'll get to that in a second. We'll come back to that in a second. I just want to get through some other stuff because I do have more about that. Ninja hit 1 million subscribers, so he switched from Twitch to Mixer because
I don't know what Mixer was. The thing?
Mixer is Xbox's made.
Oh, okay. Twitch is PlayStation's.
Twitch is everybody.
Oh, but don't PlayStation own it?
Mixer is a corporation designed by Microsoft.
Oh, okay.
Mixer has less latency between the game and the chat.
Okay.
So if someone's watching and they say, "Hey, how are you doing?" on Twitch, it was like a 30 to 20 second before you actually seen it.
Delay.
Yeah. Mixer has less latency and has a lot more things where you can do in the game chat because Microsoft designed it. So like people can join your game of Minecraft, and if they donate, like instead of doing a donation, they can say, "Cool, this game is Mixer compatible. So if you're playing Minecraft and I want to donate $1 to your chat, I can drop a creeper in your game. Like there's cool interactive things that Mixer does. And Ninja pretty much already said he's done with PC. He's going to switch to a console next, and he's going to switch to Xbox, and he's going to switch to Mixer.
I didn't know who that guy was until apparently he did a deal with Red Bull.
Yes, so he has been
that whole watching people play video games, that escapes me totally.
Yeah, he's been one of the most watched streamers in a long time. He had a deal with ESPN. He was on ESPN magazine. Wow. And he's been sponsored by everybody. He dropped and pretty much started over on a different platform. So
is he known for one game in particular? Or does he do everything?
For the most part, he's known for Fortnite right now, but he pretty much plays whatever the fad is. Okay. Yeah. And he's pretty good. I put a really funny video up from a page called Dr. Frankenstein, where they take people's faces and...
is that the Ron Swanson one?
The Ron Swanson Full House.
I didn't see it.
I can't play because it's the music, but they literally impose Ron Swanson's face on every character
for the intro for Full House.
But it's like a Snapchat filter. So if they like smile, it's Ron Swanson smiling.
It's pretty good.
That's messed up.
It's fucking hilarious. IGN showed 14 minutes of gameplay for Borderlands 3. I'm sure my brother shared that one.
I liked 1, 2. I was like, this is kind of the same. And review 2.
Once again, if you want to help the page and be a part of the chat, be part of the podcast team, it won't translate. I can't guarantee it'll translate for you a spot as a seat in the show. But if you want to help the page out, be a moderator, put more content out, maybe start some conversation,
share cool stuff.
Yeah, you can be part of our team.
I usually do whenever I see something cool. Unless it's a real deep thing, then I'm like, it's
China returns to a WWE game.
I think that's great.
I think that's
perfect. Did you see the thing where Steph posted said the first female on a WWE game?
China was on the cover of SmackDown too.
Yeah, from like '98. And then there's like the GameCube games, Day of Reckoning. Stacey Keebler's on one.
She is. She is. You're right. Is this open the door for China in the Hall of Fame?
I would say yes.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
Now, did you see the trailer with everybody in it?
I did. All right, so here's we're gonna go back to 2K here. So here's some features for 2K confirmed for the upcoming video game. New 2K showcase will 2K showcase mode will spotlight the women's evolution, which follows the accomplishments and careers of the WWE's four horsewomen: Becky Lynch, the current SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley, Charlotte Flair, and Sasha Banks.
Yeah. Even though Sasha's kind of MIA right now.
I think she'll come back. The debut of the 2K20 Originals is a collection of 2K showcase downloadable content designed to let players explore new playable worlds and experience unique themes beyond what's possible after 2K's launch.
That's cool, but it says downloadable content, so why should I care if it's not in the game?
But I think it's going to be actually in the game. Like, you don't have to pay. It's not part of the season pass. So one of the things I seen,
like free,
So one of the things they showed was like a prototype ring, and it looked like a horror movie.
Oh yeah, with the
and then
it
was
toys.
Then it was like Bray Wyatt as like a
monsters,
swamp thing, and then Braun Strowman as like a cyborg.
Yeah, they did the set. There was one was WWE Monsters and WWE Zombies. Toy lines. That's pretty cool.
So they might add stuff like that. The ability to compete as a male and a female superstar in my career.
Yeah, that's where you create your own character, right?
Yep.
That's cool.
And it's gonna be the first time ever where mixed max tag matches are gonna be in the game.
Oh wow.
The return of WWE Tower mode is included, which is kind of like WWE's version of like Mortal Kombat, which someone ended up winning and this year he had to beat AJ Styles at an event. And he won $1 million, and he actually donated some of that money to the Samu.
Yeah, Samu. Yeah, I think it was like $5,000 or $10,000.
Yeah, he gave about $5,000 for what he won. And it's going to be an inspired tower story career of Roman Reigns. So I guess there's a story mode to it as well. But I heard something in my ear. Updated controls to make WWE 2K more accessible to new players. 2K also introduced multiple premiere editions of the game. So for the deluxe edition, it will contain a copy of a special packaging, a complete WWE 2K Originals access to the accelerator, My Career Kickstart, WWE Supercard, Unlimited Edition cards. So Supercard is like an app on the phones.
Yeah, I don't
Addition to current offerings included the 2K debut of China as a playable character and more. So China's one of the the pre-order bonuses.
Yeah, which she should be in the game.
She should. She will.
The game proper.
Eventually, after the pre-orders are done, they say, hey, for $3 you can get the pre-order character back. 2K Collector's Edition, which pays homage to the 20th anniversary of SmackDown, which I heard rumors that they're going to bring the fist back.
Yeah, that's what Fox wants, the fist.
Yeah. Contains the same features as Deluxe Edition and some rare collectibles.
There's a Hogan one I seen.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like all the legends.
The SmackDown Anniversary Edition includes 2K Deluxe Edition, exclusive acrylic piece featuring a piece of SmackDown ring skirt from 2002 to 2008. Collectible piece containing SmackDown Legends autograph Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, and Edge. A digital bonus booklet including playable characters China, a Hulk Hogan in his first 2K appearance since 2K15, a $500 shirt.
Oh, the Rock's $500 shirt.
The Rock and Roll.
Character.
The Rock and Sock Connection, Mankind, and more details to be announced this fall. So that's pretty much it there.
You know what would make me surefire buy this game? If everybody had a story. Like Mortal Kombat.
So, from what I've seen...
like, there's an overarching story where you play as different people, but then you can pick Roman, and you can do the Roman story. And you wrestle 10 matches, and that's it. And then you can pick Kofi Kingston and do that. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. So
you don't have to do... You don't need a
From what I've seen for the story mode this year, they said story mode is going to be very more in-depth. So remember the old SmackDown games where you had some really crazy storylines that happened?
Off the wall ones.
If they said if you were a fan of the old storylines, you're going to like the new one.
That's good. They should have it like where Bray Wyatt knocks you out and you go to that swamp and then you're all monsters. And
Something is like that. Something like that is in there. Yeah. Something where Papa Shango.
Yeah, I heard Papa Shango's. That's cool.
Yeah, so there's some cool stuff. Yeah. Check out the Wicked Turtle Network. He's doing his journey, his hashtag Fat Fitness, where he struggles with
called Fixing the Penguin.
Fixing the Penguin, yeah. So he's doing a thing where he's trying to get healthy, trying to lose weight. He's dieting, walking.
That's great, isn't it?
And he's taking a journey on himself, and he's documented and trying to keep himself motivated. So that's really cool. So go support that channel, give him a like, and let him know that
Are we picking up a radio?
I have no idea what that is.
I think it's a television.
I think Heidi's on the phone or something.
Yeah,
Heidi's Heidi on the telephone.
Heidi's talking to this guy that likes her.
Oh my god!
No way, dude. Hey, Tony's an ugly.
Shut up!
We're doing a fucking podcast. Crisis on Earth. Crisis on Infinite Earth. Arrowverse will actually feature Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne.
This is awesome.
That's awesome.
The Crisis, there's all these different Earths. So there's old Batman, there's young Batman. That's cool that he gets to be Batman. And also, Mark Hamill's gonna be old Joker.
That's awesome.
I thought he was done that. I guess freaking awesome.
I guess when they throw enough money your way.
Hey, understand this.
Hey there, Bats. Yeah. I love how he does that.
Understand this. Every time that they're going to retire voice acting in general, the fans want it, and they're like, you know what, fuck it, we're doing it.
I could be wrong.
I
could be wrong with the voice actor, but it was it Clive Barker who took over the Mark Hamill role for Batman Arkham Origins. All I know is
he's the horror movie guy.
It was not Mark. It was not Mark Hamill.
The guy sounded very close.
But it was very good.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
There's
take my blood, Bats! It's killing me, literally. He's so good. Like, and when he does it, his face.
I think the one is Baker. The one is a Baker or something.
Clive Baker, I believe, because Troy Baker. It's something.
That sounds about
Troy
right.
Baker.
Troy Baker. Yeah.
Andy's right. Clive Barker's a horror dude.
Yeah, Clive Barker's horror.
Arkham Asylum. It says Mark Hamill.
Huh?
You mean Arkham City?
No, I thought.
No, just like the newer series.
I could have sworn that the one Batman game was done by Troy Baker.
Let me look at Arkham City. No, what's the second one? It's Arkham Asylum.
Troy Baker last. All right, here we go. I got it here. Troy Baker. Oh, Troy Baker is that's definitely who it is. It's Troy Baker. Let's see here. He's in every video game.
Oh, like Phil Lamar.
Yeah. Sorry, we have that awkward silence here.
No, he does Two-Face.
He did Two-Face in the other games, but I thought he stepped in as Joker for a game.
No, they have Mark Hamill's Joker for Arkham City too. What's the third one?
He did Jason Todd too in the VR version.
What's the third one? That wasn't very good with the tank controls.
Arkham Knight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Joker wasn't in that.
Yeah.
Or what he is at the end.
Wait, Batman alert. Dark Flight. He did Two-Face and Joker. Well, fuck me. All right, so I was wrong. All right, go fuck.
I thought you were right too. Maybe
I thought there was one game.
Was it a cartoon movie?
Maybe.
I know that Troy Baker is definitely one that he's been consistent and people.
Wait,
like
here
him.
it is. Arkham Origins.
Oh, okay.
Arkham Origins Blackgate. He did the Joker voice.
That wasn't a bad game.
Yeah.
It was made by a different company, so the gameplay was a little.
And Arkham Origins, he did the Joker.
Oh, okay. Blackgate's the.
Blackgate was
that's
the
mobile
3DS
one.
Yep, and then the actual Arkham Origins game, Batman Arkham Origins, which is the pre to all the games.
Third one.
He did the Joker on that one.
That was
because Mark Hamill wouldn't. Yeah, Black. That's the one where you think it's Black Mask, but it's Joker.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It's okay. I give that one 7 out of 10. Maybe
actually, people like that one more.
Really? I thought that was the gameplay was worse.
I'll tell you
what. The story was good.
Fucking that very beginning when you have to fight Deathstroke, that was hard as shit.
People are getting pissed off about it, and some of them were actually quitting the game.
Some people didn't finish the game because the first fight with Deathstroke.
I've seen people do fights that are so hard in different games and quit and not come back.
And Deathstroke was like right at the beginning. Yeah. Like it didn't even give you time to learn the controls, and it's like
it's so and
you can't attack him the same way 3 times. So when he
learns your moves.
Yeah, so you have to knock him down 3 times to advance. But if you button mash or use one gadget to knock him down the first time, you can't rely on that for the second time.
He knows how to combat it.
And it's right at the beginning, so they don't even teach you how to fully play the game.
I don't remember that being too hard. Like I beat that game. Yeah. It wasn't bad. I couldn't do 3 though. I thought 3 was terrible.
Really?
Yeah, the whole tank thing.
I didn't even get to play that.
I was like, I don't remember all them scenes
in
the
movie
movie
drive, though.
and all those scenes in the comic when Batman drives a tank and shoots random thugs in the street with his tank.
Yeah.
I was like,
there's a lot going on.
I hated it. And the Riddler races, and the swords.
And I like how everyone's like, we don't know who the Arkham Knight is. I'm like, we all know it's going to be Jason Todd. Yeah. Come on, stop it. It's not like it's a fucking mystery. Yeah. It's as soon as his mask turned red, I'm like, oh boy.
Made him, Hush, which would have been
exactly. Yeah, man.
But that's my thoughts on the Arkham series.
So, snacks, or do you want to get into what we're playing?
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah.
Snacks, all right.
Talk about something. Which one do you want first? Do you want Southern Sweet Heat or pizza?
Southern Sweet.
Let's do the Southern Sweet Heat. I'll open down here, but make sure you talk over this.
Let's talk over this. Ben, while we're talking over this, can you grab one of the blackberry beers out of the fridge?
Ooh. Blackberry beer.
That was fantastic.
That's one of his.
That was very good.
And the soda.
Do you have the? So it was kicking. I don't know what it was called.
Oh, I got to take a picture.
You left one can of that strawberry, right? Because I have to do it for Sunday.
Yeah. There's one more. Yeah. There's one more left.
What was the can? What was the name of that? Kicking around.
Kicking knowledge.
Kicking knowledge. We'll talk about more on Sunday.
Where is?
Right there in front of you, the little purple can. Yep.
Whoa. First up is a sweet Southern Heat barbecue. 2 new flavors came out. This one.
So these are brand new flavors by Lay's Chips.
The pizza one I seen Monday, so I think it's fresh as fresh can be.
Would you like a little bit of the blackberry?
Yes, please.
Sweet Heat.
So these beers we got from the cake stand in Monoy City.
Thank you.
Oh, you forgot the Snapple.
Oh, forgot about that. Sure.
All right, I'm not so I usually I was never a fan of hot stuff, but I feel like after I did my hot episode,
I don't think you have to worry.
I'm a new man. Well, so there's certain things that were just too hot for me. This is my test.
Give me an example. What was like the borderline, the one step over, but too hot for you?
If we would have done this months ago, I would have been struggling.
I don't think so.
This potato chip here.
We did a potato chip one time that was hot, and I almost died.
So. one out of 10 on the heat scale, 1 being the mildest, 1.
You gave me a 1 last time, and I had a hard time.
Really?
So you're not like doing Texas Pete or not even sriracha? Like that's the way, okay.
What about Taco Bell? Do you use mild sauce?
I do now.
Okay, you mild
right?
It's mild, hot, and fiery, right?
Yeah. So do we have? Is there? Sorry to get you up again, Ben, but is there Ritz crackers in that?
God damn it!
So I did an episode of Bang and Beers episode, our interviews episode with a guy who does the hot sauce, and I did 13 hot sauces, the very last hot sauce I did. Don't worry about it, Ben. We'll do it another time.
No, we can do it.
No, just put it back.
What the hell?
I don't know how long they've been there, and
what the hell,
Heidi just and I did a bunch of episodes. I did a bunch of hot sauces, and the last hot sauce I did was the second to last hot sauces on the show, Hot Ones.
Oh, man.
And I almost died.
Well, that's probably pretty hot.
It was insanely hot.
I'm assuming like,
have
what
to
you're telling me is
revisit.
barbecue sauce was hot.
It was before this episode. My eyes cried and I had no control of it.
Middlesworth barbecue.
Was his name Tim by Tony? Was his name Tim, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
We got to revisit it, but I got to be there.
I don't think
Next
these are
time.
hot at all. I just ate a
No,
bunch of them.
I would
They'll just
agree.
have a
I would
nice
agree.
taste to them.
Yeah.
It is a sweet barbecue. Just a little bit of spice because there's a little jalapeno.
You know what they kind of remind me of a little bit?
Oh,
Just a
that's
little
actually
bit spicy.
habanero, right? Because
Yeah.
jalapenos aren't red.
It comes in late.
Yeah.
It just kind of sits
well,
there.
Not
if you-
hot.
if you kept
That,
eating
that's
them-
actually really delicious.
Yeah.
Do you know what they
Uh-huh.
remind me of? I'm gonna blow your mind. A
cool
little
down.
bit of tinge of less of a sweetness, but a little bit hot. Middlesworth barbecue.
Yeah, they're there.
You know, Middlesworth, there is some spice in that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna take.
What do you think?
I like it.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Cake sense kicking ass.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
For some reason,
Ben's
there's
just trying to sneak voices in.
some guy
if you-
smiling here.
Yeah. If you give
But-
Ben,
I got a
yeah.
good story.
if you give Ben
You smell great.
like a little bit of feel on something, he's gonna roll with it. Like
Okay, have a pizza chip.
But it works.
Deep dish pizza.
We had these. It was the same bag, but it was like plain old potato chips. And I was eating out of the bag, and my 5-year-old daughter came in the kitchen, and she goes, "Can I have a chip?" I said, "Yeah." So I handed the bag to her, and she saw the front, and she goes, she reaches in, eats the chip. She goes, "It's not too bad for tasting like man face." And she walked out. I was like,
all right, so deep dish pizza,
"Man face flavor."
man face
Ben.
flavor. It tastes like a combo.
I think it tastes like garlic bread with cheese.
It tastes like pizza combos.
I don't get any sauce.
Oh my god, it does. Oh my god, it does.
I'm just getting cheese and garlic. And bread.
Heidi,
But you know what? Lays? You did a good goddamn job.
Yeah, no.
It's good.
I wouldn't go
I like
crazy
them.
over these.
Yeah.
I would buy the sweet.
I think that sweet
I
ones
would
are
buy
better,
the
yeah.
sweet barbecue.
I thought
Great.
these would be better, but their ones are better.
I don't know.
They're
It's just
good.
like, I mean, not deep. If they would have said like maybe like
If you gave this to me like closed out a garlic bread of it.
if you
Okay.
told me marinara garlic bread, 100% I'd go
See,
for
I
it.
don't even get marinara. I just get cheese and garlic.
Slightly, but it's just slightly though.
I think I have to agree with Tony. I taste the combos.
Yeah.
It tastes like
It smells good though.
Gums.
It smells like pizza.
it threw me off. Like I forgot I was eating. Yeah, I threw it in my mouth. I'm like, holy shit, that's some flavor.
So I like them. The sweet ones are a little bit better. And they're not hot. Unless you're a complete and total wuss to hotness.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got Sunkissed Strawberry Lemonade. I don't know if it's carbonated. It says soda, so I'm
So
assuming
the
it is.
last time we had a drink, it was watermelon lemonade by
Yeah.
Snapple. Very delicious.
It was
That was
awesome.
very good.
It's obviously carbonated.
Ben has all right. Real quick, Ben,
Look at
before you
that
pour this. This is
fishbowl.
a Dragon Ball Z fishbowl
Oh,
cup.
it smells
Ben,
good.
And
it's,
this is from.
it's the most inconvenient glass to drink out of.
Oh,
Walmart.
cut it out.
It looks very awkward.
It looks like you should have to
Cut it
drink. You should
out.
have to use a straw.
Cut it out. It's actually from. It's actually from a glass company. They actually did a collaboration. Synth Hop, the one I did, like the
Synth Hop.
Galaxy, the Galaxy glass, and like a couple of his other glasses. With this is all hand blown by Juan Travolta, and he does like
John
wacky-
Travolta blew it.
No,
First
Juan
off, hand
Travolta.
blown, which is
Thank
like,
you,
that
Andy.
just brings a lot of stuff to your hand blown.
Yeah, man.
By Juan
But
Travolta.
I'm drinking out of that.
That's his Spanish cousin.
So I'm gonna bring something up real quick before we drink this. So before the podcast started, I think it's just funny. It's definitely not kid friendly. So if you're a kid, earmuffs. Andy and Ben go to
Shot
the
glass.
Andy and Ben go to the local gym here in Frackville. He's already loving
can't handle
it.
it.
He's loving it. And I guess somebody at the gym is very into Heidi.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is because they didn't give me a name.
An older gentleman, I can't remember his name.
So
at all.
we were
Yeah.
working out on Monday, and
Well, you said this has been going on for a while.
yeah, this
No,
one fat guy.
I
Because
like-
I,
I like-
told him like I see him at the gym all the time, even before Andy was.
First time I ever
Join
seen
him.
him.
So this has been going on for a while for you.
Well, I knew who the guy is. He like blows in and out. He's like a drifter
Okay.
gym goer.
In the night.
Yeah. So anyhow, well, Andy and I are working out. I told him about our podcast. He goes, "Oh, podcast, that's pretty cool, right?" And you know, big fat guy, glasses.
Well, I mean, he's
crew-
heavy. Let's
crew
just say
cut.
heavyweight guy.
Yeah.
Heavyweight guy with a crew cut.
Yeah, crew cut. Yeah, with glasses.
Yeah,
You're trying to piece them together now.
Yeah,
And
like these are details we didn't get last time.
He had a bandana on, if that helps. I mean,
No, he didn't have.
Was
Oh
it
my
over-
God, he did not have a bandana.
Was it over the top
No,
or was it like a
Andy.
headband?
He's not. No, Andy, he's not fucking Rambo.
No,
No,
he sat down
No.
and he put a bandana on. It was the one that goes over the head like Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
No, he
Like a
didn't.
Deion
No,
Sanders.
Yes,
What
he
no,
color
he didn't
though?
have a do rag. No,
Yes, he did.
no, come on.
After
Right.
he was done talking to us, he pulled it out, sat down, and put it on.
Anyhow,
It adds
before-
nothing to the story.
All right, we're
What
deviating
color
from
was it?
we're deviating from the conversation here. So anyhow, I told him about the podcast a little while ago, and then he's like, "Hey, are you doing that podcast yet?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "With Tony Blackwell." Yeah.
Stop turning your head. You're still talking on a microphone.
With Tony Blackwell. Yeah.
He still turns his head.
I gotta be animated with this. So he's like, "Oh man, we used to bust on him all the time. I used to bust on him like twice a week." He goes,
I don't remember any of this.
and he's like,
Did I work with him?
I don't know.
He didn't say how he knew you. He just.
I
he said he
forget.
knew
I
you.
forget. He did mention it, but we were just so.
Twice a
on.
week.
It's so funny because it's like, "Oh
All
man,"
the, all the time. He said.
He goes, "Oh man, we used to see Tony." He's like, "Hey, Heidi's so beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
and she's so gorgeous. And how an ugly fuck like you get her? Because guess what? You must have had a dick down to your ankles. That's how it
Yeah,
was."
he's like,
So,
he's like, he's fucking ugly, and then she's so beautiful. He
And,
must have a
oh
real
man,
big
he
dick.
was like fucking laying it on, and
And
Andy's just like,
he was into the big dick part.
and Andy's just like, "I just want to work out, and I'm just fucking losing it."
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
"Oh my God."
so spoiler alert. I'm very well aware I'm ugly. Second of all, my dick did not land me my wife. I'll put that out there.
Why else would she be? I don't get it. Why is she with him?
So the mystery's still out there, and I'm not rich, so I don't know. Maybe she's one of those girls who like a good old fashioned personality.
This is liquid
hilarious.
starburst.
So,
I can't wait.
So I guess I carry big dick energy, but
Yes.
trust me, ladies, it's not the real thing.
Or fat dick.
That's great though.
Yeah.
Or the-
Carrying the energy, hey, that's more
Yeah.
than half the battle, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Strawberry lemon. This is liquid
He's
starburst.
ugly as fuck.
Such a bold thing to say. It's
It's like
crazy.
the worst backhanded compliment.
Man, it was just like when he said it, you were like, bam! I'm like, wow.
I
Why
wasn't.
did you
I
do
wasn't
it?
even there. My ears are ringing. So
You want more?
yeah.
Here, pick it up so I don't spill over the table.
So this is. I my first cup was very delicious.
Delicious.
I liked it.
You don't like it?
No, delicious.
Yeah, I think
Super
you want
delicious.
more. I give you more.
I normally not a Sunkist guy.
Yeah, me either. This is really good. I think it tastes exactly like Starburst, like strawberry Starburst.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
it
more, please,
absolutely
Andy.
does.
It does. Good call. It does taste like a strawberry starburst.
I'm very good at
Thank you.
describing stuff that I eat.
Liquids and foods that taste like junk food.
So
for
you're going to the
alternatives.
beach this weekend.
Yeah.
Are you going to be trying to find some sodas while you're out there?
I really they don't have too much down there. There's a big moisture wine down there.
Bullshit,
which I already know.
Andy. Bullshit. You
Ben-
will find
Ben's
them.
been there. I've only been there 10 times. They don't
Can you
really
hand me
have
the
too much.
barbecue?
Yeah,
I want to
sure.
try a couple more of those.
Oh, we bit
I
him
found
with the fire.
I found
with the-
prickly pear, but I forget this name's like the sarsaparilla. It's not bad, but there's nothing other than,
Spectacular about
you
it.
guys-
One,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say one time they had Krispy Kreme sheer wine, which I'm like, I think I would rather a Krispy Kreme flavored sheer wine donut or a cheer wine flavored Krispy Kreme donut than Krispy Kreme flavored cheer wine. Like it was very mapley, and I'm like, no.
Ooh.
My friend liked it.
What's the? I can't remember the name. So
If anyone wants
on
some of
Sunday I did an interview. I did a Bangin' Beers with Andy Hare, and he talked about a soda. What's a soda?
these. Sheer wine.
He did say cheer wine.
Cheer wine. Okay.
Yeah, he did say
It's a
cheer.
cherry soda. Yeah,
And it was
it's
funny
wonderful.
because when we were at Strikers,
was a
there was a
case of
whole
it.
there was like a whole like little case of it.
I don't know.
And Andy
this
Hare's
is
like,
fantastic.
and Andy Hare's like, oh, that's cheer wine. Not Andy would know about that. So I'm like, oh my god, I fucking know about the soda too. Like,
Yeah, Andy's.
It's
so
good cherry
Andy
soda.
doesn't like beer, but he loves craft soda. Some of the earlier episodes we had like dirt flavored soda and grass flavored soda.
I haven't been to the place
Pimple
to get
popper
more.
soda.
It was marshmallow, but yeah, they have gross names. But
put it this way, we're back.
Alien spooge or whatever it was called.
yeah, I think this is
Yum.
so good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a 12 pack.
It is.
Wow.
It is very good.
Yeah, strawberry lemonade. I recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Does anybody remember?
Don't be drinking so much of it, Andy, or else you're gonna get a sugar high.
Oh God.
Does anybody remember the
Okay,
Snapple
okay,
flavor
okay,
cactus?
Dad.
What?
The cactus flavored Snapple?
No, I don't remember that.
What?
It was like a 90s thing, no?
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
Now wait.
I'd try it.
Now wait. Are you talking about Snapple Elements?
Oh.
Maybe. I just remember it was cactus flavored.
That's the only thing
It was
I
good
could think
too.
of. Because they came in like a little bit of a bigger ball versus like your smaller Snapple bottles. And I used to drink the Fire. It was a dragon fruit one. It was pretty good. Then they did Fire, they did Rain, Air. There's a couple of other ones.
Cactus with the agave nectar.
That's it.
Whoa!
They were, there's Rain. It was Rain.
Bam.
No, that's it. Yeah, definitely it.
Oh, the Rain. I do remember Rain.
Snapple Elements, man.
Elements.
Yeah, it's not.
That's going back. That's a throwback.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Ooh, Canada Dry Cactus Cooler Orange
Oh.
Pineapple.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
All right, yeah, I missed that one.
Who wants to drink old Ecto Cooler?
Well,
I do.
I do.
Nope.
I do.
Yeah, if it was fresh. I mean,
I still have my
I'm brave.
cans. I still have a little
I have
mini
2 cases.
Earth Ring.
There they are.
something, Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
had
exactly them. Fire was
Now
the
that I
best
see them, I
one.
kind of remember them, but I don't really.
In the days of Fruitopia.
Yeah. Oh wow! The watermelon lemonade. Apparently, there's black cherry and mandarin orange.
Mm.
They sound pretty good.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's strawberry pomegranate. No, I can't say. Anyway,
These chips are amazing.
they're the spicy sweet ones or whatever.
Goddamn
Sweet
you,
Southern heat
pomegranate.
barbecue. They're very good.
Can the old you deep inside still taste the heat? Like, would that have been hot prior to
It
the
would've.
hot sauce experience?
It would have, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And I could see them if you were eating a bunch, they would gain a little bit. Maybe it'd go up
What
to
was the chips
2.
you just kept scarfing down? They were hot as
Oh, they were
fuck.
the fire Taco Bell ones. They were hot. I threw
like,
mine away.
Throw them away.
Yeah, you can't eat them.
Holy
Like, oh.
It's like, oh, I fucking love this.
I said eat the rest of them.
I'm like, they're okay.
And you drank the octopus flavored soda, octopus roll.
Oh, yeah.
That was terrible.
It was really gross.
I would try that.
Yeah.
It was a gross.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was slightly gross.
So we do
was
have a little bit of show and tell
real
tonight as
bland.
well while we're here.
Yeah, I was gonna bring a comic book, but I forgot.
So what do we got here?
We got an artist here, by the way.
That's not my work. Last 2 weeks ago when I was on, I spoke a little bit about my wargaming. I play a game called Malifaux. And so I decided to bring a couple models, kind of show them off. They come in many pieces on a sprue. They got to be cut, glued together with super glue.
Do you paint them too?
Yes, and
So you painted that.
my wife did. I
That's
do.
fucking good.
I'm not a painter. Yeah, I picked some of the ones I thought best represented her paint job. Actually,
That's hard to paint, because
Like,
it's very tedious.
the green and the scales, like it's green base, and there's like a little bit of a hint to a yellow in it as
Yeah.
well. Like there's some detail in this.
Yeah, they come as gray plastic that got to be assembled. So like the bases I assembled the models. My wife did all the painting, and she does very good work.
How long roughly do you think it took her to paint that one?
Well, it's weird. So like what she does, because it wouldn't even show well on the camera, but they're all they're called gremlins, but they're like little goblins.
Mm-hmm.
So
This one's twerking.
what we do is we'll take a bunch, like maybe 5, 7, and we'll do different skin tones. You don't want them all to look the same. So
Yeah.
you have some light skin ones, some dark skin ones, and she'll do them like 5 or 7 at a time.
Oh, okay.
And it'll take a couple hours.
Does she play as well?
No. She has
So she
no-
does this for you and doesn't even play.
Yeah.
What a sweetheart.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I got lucky.
But like, if you were to charge for them, like, she made big money.
Sure. Sure. There's you look at pieces. I just had one on my phone. I'll actually share it with you guys. It's one of the bosses. It's a $300 piece.
Wow.
Just for he's no bigger than her. Ma Tucket.
It's crazy. Like that's one of the games where you sink a lot of money into, like Warhammer.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
it's not nearly as expensive as
Yeah.
Warhammer, but it is kind of like Warhammer. We're getting ready. Leagues start next week, so we'll be doing that at the Alchemist Cove.
Okay.
If anyone is
Cool,
listening and plays Malifaux and you're not part of the meta for any reason, you should come out to Leagues. Starts Sunday. Join the Facebook group first. All the information's on there. So this is you swipe this way.
Okay.
That's Abuela.
Oh,
She's the grandmother of a gunslinger crew.
She's like a
Oh,
Spanish
wow.
one.
Yeah. And then that's Somer. That would be
Oh,
he's
that's
like
cool.
the headmaster.
He looks
gremlin.
very like a Louisiana Bayou, like voodoo guy.
The big hat.
Yeah.
He has a strong theory that if the guy with the biggest hat is the ruler, so
Oh,
that's why
they're
he's
cool.
in charge. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, they are awesome, like minis. I guess you'd call them miniatures, wouldn't you?
Sure, miniature wargaming.
Those are pretty nifty.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, let me know when you're done taking pictures. And
I'm just trying to get the details in there.
Oh, maybe put them on, like, flip the notebook over, so that way you don't have all the colors. So that way there's a plain backdrop. You know what I'm saying?
No, it looks like it got it. We got it.
But they do look really cool, though.
It's pretty cool.
It's all my wife. I love the game, and it occupies most of my nerd time these days.
Is it like D&D? Like, you have your own character, or is it more like you're controlling armies?
I control armies.
Okay.
So like there's.
So you're like the god character.
Essentially, yeah. I'm not there at all.
Yeah, you're not like, here's my character.
There's 7. Like everyone has about 7 warlords.
Yeah.
And then I choose that, and then I hire the crew, and then I'll go to match somebody else.
Oh,
and it's a little different than like a lot of other war games revolve around killing, like Warhammer especially. It's about eliminating the enemy. Malifaux's a lot different in the fact that like it's stuff like plant the explosives, and you'll have to get on the enemy's side of the table and drop bombs, and hopefully they go off. If you get killed in the meantime, the bombs go off on you. You know what I mean? And there's explosions and stuff. So
yeah, the paint job's awesome. I couldn't do it because it's just way too tedious because it's so small,
so tiny.
And the color like contrast.
I think you have to really get in the mode, in the mood. For it,
I don't think like
you gotta really watch.
I think there'll be people that can paint stuff, but like think like, oh, I can't do that.
My wife's passion was always art. She took like every art class in school, and she
That's
went
awesome.
to college for graphic design. That was like her
like
thing.
she even has kind of like the rainbow effect going on in his fins. You know,
Yeah.
how,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're very nice.
That's a very cool thing that you shared.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm so glad you did.
I brought that to share. I actually brought a board game to share as well. It's just kind of a show. If no one knows.
Yeah, no, that's what show and tell is for.
So if you want to see the photos of these, because obviously we can't show them on the camera to show off on YouTube, follow us on Instagram at Interviews with Everyday People. I got some really cool zoomed in photos of them, so check them out. And also, and your wife will be on the show.
Yes,
Pretty soon,
the end of September, I think.
Yep. She's welcome to come now.
Yeah,
Like
she
to hang
has
out.
no interest in like anything nerdy at all. She's
Really?
never
She's
seen
just
a
like-
Star Wars movie.
Oh
Like,
my god.
But
Yeah.
she's like,
But she paints these minis so
Yes.
like so good.
but she's like into art and stuff, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's part of it. Yeah. Everyone has their own version of nerd. We don't segregate.
that's important. And
Sellers of Catan.
I also brought Catan.
Oh damn!
I don't know if you guys have ever played it.
I've never played it.
I've
but
never even
about it.
heard of this. What am I looking at here?
Okay, so
It's a very interesting game. I actually played it. It's actually one of the very few games I actually enjoy playing, and I kind of don't suck at it.
this game actually was like the most sold game in like 1996 or something
Really?
like that. Yeah,
Wow.
so it goes back. The board is generated before the game, and it's always different. Like the layout will never be the same. Each one of these tiles represents a kind of resource, and then everyone starts with a house and a road. And it's about connecting, getting resources, spending the resources to build houses and roads, and there's a few other things you can spend money on, and then kind of sprawling out in the map against up to, it's got to be 3 to 6 players, I think.
Okay.
So, and then you just kind of spread yourself out and go for victory. In the end, it goes a...
Is it kind of like Risk?
Like
Kind
kind of.
take over the map.
Kind
Like
of.
these games are like real in depth, so it's almost like an RPG. But like
It does look a lot like where it has some magic elements where you have certain cards that can do certain things.
So those would be your resources. Like this here is a pasture, and then you would get sheep. Like if the dice roll and pasture hits that turn, anyone that is on a pasture is going to get sheep cards.
Okay.
So then you like keep those resources and you'll spend them to build new houses, build new roads.
Okay.
You
different
can
stuff.
You can get knights to
yeah.
you know.
Like these games, like you don't. It's not like let's choose ladders where you pick it up in 5 minutes. You know, it takes a little bit to learn.
This is one
But
of the
then once
easier
you get it,
ones.
yeah.
Because we talked about Arkham Horror
Yeah, which
last
was-
time, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You need 6 hours to play that.
Yeah,
game,
and you
know?
need an hour to show people that you have to do this and this.
And this is I would say, I've never done it in its recommended time, but it says 60 minutes.
Yeah.
You play longer or shorter?
It always goes longer. I've never played a game for what they say it should.
Really?
Play. I wish.
Most of them like I call them like high end board games. Most of them go for like a long time. You play them all night.
Yeah.
You could easily could. A game of Malifaux is only supposed to take like an hour and a half. but-
now is this considered like D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons?
No, tabletop wargaming. More like Warhammer or Warhammer 40K or Kings of War is another one.
This is the one with the actual tanks and stuff that the older guys play.
Yeah. Bold Action is like a World War II one. Yeah.
It's in the family of tabletop
See,
gaming.
this is completely new to me. I've never tried.
And if you think that these are detailed, wait until you like. If you go to like Alchemist Cove when they're doing this kind of stuff, when they set up the boards, you'll see like all the different terrain, how much dedication and effort and time is put into a lot of the stuff. Like they even have like
boards,
resin filled like lakes,
and
absolutely
and shit. It's really cool. I have seen it before, so that's why
I couldn't even bring like I have some stuff like because all my stuff. So I only play one faction. I only play Bayou.
Okay.
So my board at the house is a Bayou board, and I have swamp houses and those like walkways that you get out of the water.
You should get Shrek.
or make Shrek,
But yeah, some of the stuff is really crazy.
Get out my swamp!
I've never seen the movie.
Really?
Yeah, that doesn't interest me.
It was originally supposed to be Chris Farley.
Really? How about that?
And they actually have all the audio for him.
He did record a lot of the audio.
Really?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I wonder if we'll ever see
it's on
version
YouTube.
of that.
You can see it on YouTube. Yeah.
Huh.
It's not like animated. It just flip pages because it didn't get that far into animation. But you can. That was cool.
Yeah, that's like a $300 piece.
Oh. That's nutty.
That's crazy. Some of them old dudes that play the tanks and stuff. They really get into it.
Old lady with a shotgun. So
yeah, that's wild.
That's my show and tell this week.
Yeah, but cool.
It's pretty cool.
Cool. So what are we playing? What are we watching? What are we into right now?
What am I playing? Well, I kind of took a little break from Bloodstained because I was just like beating the fuck out of it, upgrading shards.
I'm actually going to be downloading that game tonight. I didn't have a chance to do it, but Ben hooked me up with his Switch copy, his digital code for Switch. So I'll talk a little bit about that next week.
Okay,
sweet.
Cool. But I did switch over to a Capcom classic, as you can consider it, back in the PlayStation 2 days, Onimusha Warlords. They did remake the game, and it is, I would say it's pretty good. It holds up to this day for being about
Samurai Ninja Resident Evil.
Like 18, for 18 years.
Resident Evil 6 then.
Pretty much fixed camera angles.
It was super action based.
Yeah.
No, definitely nothing like that. It's
Resident Evil 2, but you're a samurai.
Yeah, and you actually, it's like kind of sort of like a beat 'em up. You have to kind of strategically fight your enemies. You do small, weaker enemies than larger enemies.
The fixed camera, just like the old Resident Evils. We walk in the room this way.
Take controls.
It was the best and worst thing about that game, actually. Seriously.
They did what the remakes made better controls though. The GameCube one, then the one that came out on PlayStation and Xbox last year or 2 years ago.
They said they did announce. I forgot the nose, but they did announce another Resident Evil, but they didn't say what. They just said there's going to be.
Oh, the brand new one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hope it's Return. I hate it. 7.
I hope it goes back to over his shoulder. I hope they take the engine they did in 2 and just run with that.
Oh, okay. I didn't get to play the redone 2.
Yeah.
If they remade 3 like 2.
3 is supposed to. So 3 is supposed to be in the works.
And so was Code Veronica, but it wasn't as good. It didn't have as much depth.
Wasn't Code Veronica in that weird transition where it was like PlayStation and the PlayStation 3?
It was on Dreamcast.
And then it didn't.
Dreamcast,
it
PlayStation
didn't,
2.
And it didn't, it was like the end of the system cycle where people were more or less buying the new system and Code Veronica didn't port over till much later.
Yeah, it wasn't on PlayStation 2 till way later because Dreamcast came out. I was like, it's on Dreamcast.
It was kind of like Guitar Hero 80s. Like Guitar Hero 80s came out on PlayStation 2 but never released for the other systems.
Yeah,
and people were people never played it.
Yeah.
We'll put it this way, there's a lot of achievements I didn't know that you can actually do in that game too, because you can go through normal difficulty without using herbs and medicine. That's one of the requirements, and then getting all the fluorite pieces.
And he has a soul gauntlet thing that sucks souls. Right?
Yeah, so when you defeat your enemies, they shed these red souls. It's kind of like pre-Devil May Cry with the red orbs. And you just suck up the souls, and you power up your weapons, and you power up also the elemental orbs then too, so you get a larger attack or more powerful attack. And I'm going through the dark realm. I don't have too much health, but I'm kind of strategically mapping out everything because there's these attacks called Eason attacks. So let me explain. Say for example you attack me and there's you hear a whoosh. You hit the attack button at that same time and you do a flash move and you can do more souls and you actually can heal yourself then too. So I'm going through
that's like Mario RPG.
kind of.
Yeah, when you attack, you hit the button.
Yeah, you hit that time attack.
Yeah.
And you can also do it with the block then too. So like you hit the block and you know what, like when you hit it right when he deflects the attack, and then you hit the square button. So I got through like 18 of the floors because there's 20, and ironically enough, I fucking died. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I'm done.
You gotta start from the beginning again.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and there's and it's unfortunately there's unskippable cutscenes. Why they did not do
that's not
the
hard
skippable cutscenes is beyond me. But I mean, I'm still enjoying it regardless. It's a fun game to romp around in. You could beat it in 3 hours if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
and it's really not that bad. You could do speed runs with it. You could do whatever you can, get S rank. It's again Resident Evil with samurais and demons. But I'm also going to be getting into Mega Man 11 because that's going to be in the chamber soon. So
that's the newest one, right?
That's the newest one. I got it for I got it at a GameStop in Bloomsburg for about like $15 brand new. They were like, oh well, I picked up a used copy. I'm like, I'm going to buy this. And they're like, hey, we could do you one better. We'll give you a brand new copy for the used price. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take it.
Who wouldn't? What'd you get it for?
I bet like $15.
No, for a console.
PS4.
Okay.
He's a PS4 guy.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I just like it because I'm just like I'm always on it all the time, just watching watching live streams.
Way too hard. 9, 10. It's so hard I just gave up and I deleted it. Like delete.
Really?
That was a waste of $20.
What was that?
Mega Man 9 and 10. Too hard. Shit. Way too hard. I couldn't beat one boss. And with the mermaid girl, she was one of the bosses.
Oh, Aqua. I think it's like
that one. I couldn't beat one boss. The other one I couldn't even get to a boss.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck this.
Making games too hard just to make them hard.
Like okay, have that for those people, but then have easy mode for like everyone who just wants to enjoy the Mega Man.
Yeah.
Mega Man 2 when I was a kid was like my favorite game. Could beat it up and down. Yeah. I've like tried to go back to it as an adult. Can't do it. I can't beat a boss. It's like the same thing as what you're saying. I cannot. I don't know what it is.
And there's certain games that I like going back to. Like I love going back to Earthbound. Yeah, it's a good game. Might be a little bit of a long slog, but at the same time though too. I got closer.
It keeps going.
It's a very good game.
But anyhow,
you're like running away from it.
What did you name your powers the last time you played? You know how you named Ness's powers? I named mine Spam. It's like you were using Spam Alpha. It's like
I would be a 3-year-old. You're using jerk off.
You're using fuck.
You're using fuck your
fuck
mom.
Omega.
I had a friend that used to like the main character's name would be Dick, and then the girl would be Cunt. I'm like, come on, like, you don't play the whole game like that.
Because in your head you're like, Duke said to fuck.
Yeah.
Never gets old. Never gets old.
But like what I will do, I'll get like all like the special like weapons and all that for like all the like awesome weapons. Yeah, I'm that psychopath. I'll just like I'll run through the game like to the point where like I'll get behind like certain characters and I could just like one hit them and just fucking rake in the experience.
Nice.
Mega Man X is another one that I love playing because that's just like my one of my start Mega Man X games and I could just go through that no problems. Oh yeah.
Just charge up.
Yeah. And that's all. Like literally every single time you see me in a Mega Man X game, I always have that fucking Y button held down, like pedal to the metal. It's like, is it gonna charge anymore? No.
How about the one where you get to play as Zero and bass, and he has the 8-way directional like machine gun.
Oh, that's Mega Man.
That's 7, right?
That's
X7?
Mega Man and bass. They did a Mega Man and bass.
No, not that one. No, this one's for PlayStation 3.
Oh no, wait. I think it's 9. 9 or like 8 or 9.
Maybe,
I'm trying to think. 8 or 9 were definitely ones.
It's 2.5.
Because Mega Man 7 was on the PlayStation, and that was a popular game then too. They made a little bit more cartoony.
Mega Man 8 was also on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
So no, 8. No, 9 and 10. You're thinking of then. 9 and 10.
You mean X? I just said Mega Man 8 is a regular Mega Man 8.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, I know.
It would be
I was just saying that was
9 and 10 would be when they include like Proto Man and like and bass into that then.
Yeah,
like,
no, I was just you were saying that it was on PlayStation. I said
no,
Mega Man 8
I'm trying to go back. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay. No.
Anyway,
I'm trying to go.
What are you playing, man?
Nothing, just Bloodstained and Ultimate Alliance. So I have nothing new to say. And just watching the G1. So it's almost over. My vacation, the G1 will end. And I'll get it all in. It'll be all New Japanned out.
I'm really excited. So we're trying to, with the Bold Show, is try to come up with some topics and come into shows a little more prepared. I have some stuff for Okada. Like I did some research. Like
I got a lot up here, but
not
I
super in depth, but like kind of like his run and how, like, you know what I mean, and found out some stuff that I didn't know about him.
He has a lot of records right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much wrestling talk. But
So it is a lot of fun doing that research.
It is, especially when you don't know, and then maybe he's like, "Oh, I really like this guy. I'm gonna watch his matches from now on."
Yep.
But She-Ra season 3 came out. It's only 6 episodes, and so on Netflix.
I
I
did
watch
see that. Yeah.
You said She-Ra?
Yeah, She-Ra.
All right.
Yeah, I watched season 1 and 2, which they're only like season 1 is what 7 episodes. And
Yeah, I
2
loved
is
it though. It was very good.
Yeah, I
What
really
show was
like
that?
it. My favorite episode was the one where they played D&D.
Yeah.
And when they play D&D, like they take turns being the dungeon master, and then when they tell the story, it's like totally their world. And when he tells it, it's old She-Ra, and they all look like they're old characters from the 80s.
Oh,
and
that's
it plays
cool.
the old music. I'm like, this is the best episode.
It was awesome.
What are you playing right now?
We just got this week the I can't even remember the title of it because it's so goofy. It was the new Super Mario Brothers Wii U.
Oh, for Switch.
Redone on Switch, yeah. Whatever that game is called.
I went to buy that because I never got that Wii U, so I didn't get it
totally worth the buy. Like, yeah, if you didn't have the Wii
Yeah.
U one, I kind of got scolded slightly by my wife because we own the Wii U one. It's so if you played the Wii,
doing it for the podcast.
if you like the old side scroller, it's all that and more.
Mm-hmm.
Super good. Like it has some of the newer elements in it with the you can jump back and forth in the walls,
Okay,
do things
yeah.
like that. The super suit is a flying squirrel suit.
Oh, nice.
So you can glide, and then there's a boost where you can like take one little shot to like get up, and then he comes down a lot faster. It's a good suit. The big difference on the Switch one compared to the Wii U one was it has, on the Wii U one, it was Mario, Luigi, and I think 2 Toads.
Okay.
On this one, it's up to 4 players simultaneous.
Yeah.
This one,
Because you can jump on each other's heads and stuff.
Oh yeah, you throw each other, and
Yeah.
it's super cool. Eat the other guy with the Yoshi, spit him out later.
Ah.
On this one, it's Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Toadette.
Okay.
And there's a special power up just for Toadette. She turns into Peach, and she has Peach's powers and the floating skirt thing.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And I was always a huge fan of Peach.
Yeah,
so
I used her all the time too.
me too. Like
And Super
insanely.
Princess Peach, I don't ever play that for DS. That was
No,
so
I
good. Yeah.
really want to. No,
Here's
I
a
love her.
question:
Go
Is
ahead.
that the actual like crown that like turns like anyone into like a princess type, or is that something?
the crown in the game?
Yeah.
Only works for Toadette.
Okay.
You could walk right over it as Mario. It's not going to turn you into anything.
The only reason why is because they have that fandom with Bowsette. If you're familiar with that.
I've like looked it up. I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah, it was just about that like crown, and it's like, oh well, if Toadette can wear it and she looks like a princess, what about Bowser and like all these other ones?
Yeah.
And then that just spun out of control, and Nintendo's just pissed off and trying to control
'cause they
with
don't
PR.
own the
I think I've seen something on Pornhub once about it.
Oh, yeah. It got so big that was like one of the most costumes last year at New York Comic Con.
I believe that.
Yeah, it was like, and the women that do it, they're like, oh, we're gonna do Bowsette, and like,
Well, I didn't get the
okay.
reference. I thought that it was something tied into the Wii U, the big Mario title on Wii U, Super Mario 3D Land.
Okay.
I thought, because in the end, like what happened, Bowser, spoiler alert,
Yeah.
Bowser steals Peach and he like force marries her, and I thought that maybe it was gonna like
Oh, like they're
tie
kids
into
from the
that.
future or
Yeah,
something
she
like
went
that, yeah.
bad or
Yeah.
something, but that never
I
happened.
thought it was
so.
like you know, at the Mario Party, there's all the weird characters
Yeah.
like Daisy and Waluigi. I thought it was
Boo.
just from that. Yeah.
Big tit female Bowser.
Yeah.
yeah, like the-
Asshole all out.
She has too much titty for Nintendo. It takes on a titty there.
It's funny because like they did a whole thing where like Bowser was trying to get Peach, and then Mario was trying to get Peach, and Peach didn't like either one of them. This is the
she go
actual
with
comic
Luigi?
storyline.
I think that's in
fandom.
Odyssey a little bit, actually.
And then it's like,
She runs
oh
away.
well, guess
Yeah.
what? It's like Bowser and Mario are like, oh well, what's going on? And then Bowser finds the crown. He's just like, well, maybe. I'm not shitting you when I say
I'll wear this, and maybe Mario want to fuck me.
Well, that's what some.
Well,
fandom-
pretty
I mean,
much the fan made stuff. That's what they're deviating to,
It's some
and then they're like
perverted
everybody,
shit.
like, and it's like an everybody wins scenario. But really, if you're like a purist, you're like, no.
I don't.
How
know.
does-
I don't think I win in that.
I don't
scenario.
win that scenario. I don't want Mario to fuck.
Some
big
people
tit
think
Bowser.
that.
I don't want Bowser
Some
to
people
be
think that.
a
I'm not
gender
saying.
swapped Bowser. I wanted her to be her own character.
Some people may think that. You know what I mean? That's up to them. They could deviate from the formula.
In
I
the
don't care.
what do they call
Big
that?
titty Bowser.
Fanfic. Yeah.
All right,
In the
all right.
Nintendo character
Big-
fanfic.
It's just for me. I know it's a thing, and I know people are into it. You can draw a set of boobs, amazing. I'm not jerking off to it.
Yeah. Oh, what do they call it? Hentai.
Oh,
That-
I know it's a thing. I know. Me personally, I don't kink shame. I'm not judging. But if you can jerk off to a cartoon and finish,
That's pretty good.
you hit another level in life.
I don't think I could do it.
I could not.
This risque photo of Velma does nothing for you.
Nothing.
I'm personally a big fan.
I mean, it's a great drawing.
Yeah,
like
it's cool.
if Velma really looked like that, I would jerk off to a real Velma like that. But like, I can't watch. I can't.
I'm sure you can type in "sexy Velma."
You know, out there.
There's probably a
It's out
porn.
there.
But even like. I'm
Half
so
tit Velma.
maybe I'm just a pervert and I'm just so desensitized that like even a photo to me doesn't do it. Like how people like back in the day were like I used to look at
Jerk
the
off the
Victoria's
Sears catalog.
Yeah, like there's
But that's all you had.
There's no way I can do that.
Fredericks of Hollywood.
Bra ads in the paper. Oh,
Like,
Boscov's.
if you showed me an adult, sorry once again, kids.
But if that's
but if you showed me an adult magazine,
yeah.
like there's no way I'd be like I'm gonna go borrow
But
this
if it was
magazine.
if it was 1988 and you couldn't get porn on the internet.
Maybe, but it's not, and I can't do it.
Yeah, you had to make do back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays just look at all the porn.
It's
I
like
want.
kind of oregano.
Yeah,
It's
like-
like supposedly
like, I-
weed. Like you're like, man, it's
I
not
had
the
a-
real thing, but
I had
it'll
a,
work.
like I'm a nerd, right? I'm
Oh.
a nerd, but I talked to some people who have me outranked when it comes to some things, and that was one of the conversations we had about jerking off
to anime
to
porn.
anime porn, and like one of the guys we talked to was super into it, and not only was he into it, his wife was into it,
Wow.
and then they
What are the odds
and
those
then-
two people met?
and then they
That's
they
awesome.
like
Maybe the one fed off.
they
the
like
other.
draw stuff for
Really?
each other. If I'm not mistaken, you
Oh,
were
wow.
there. I'm not outing anybody, but don't they each
I
draw images of
Really?
think.
And
think-
then
What a
like
special relationship.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. They found each
He's
other.
like,
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
I have to agree.
you know what the cool thing is?
I drew some
overall?
boobs. I left them on the fridge for you.
Imagine-
she's like sweet.
Yeah. Imagine telling that to a regular girl. She's like, get the fuck out of here. But like those two, they have a special bond.
Yeah, like
That's pretty awesome.
some women you can't even pull their hair, and this
Yeah.
guy's like, I drew tits and left them on the fridge. She's like, cool,
some,
thank
some
you.
Are like
I'm gonna,
lingerie. That's for sluts.
I'm gonna tickle my bean later to that.
They're drawing hentai for each other.
Yeah.
love
It just shows a
love it.
stronger connection to the man and woman.
I
thing
guess
with
there's someone for
doing that.
everyone.
Listen,
Hey,
listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it works, it works.
I feel if you can finish to a cartoon, the sky's the limit for you.
yeah, really.
Because that's not even
That's
real.
like some guys are so horny. Like the girl pats them on the shoulder and they come. It's like, oh, boy.
Yeah, that's that's a whole new level. That's a whole new level.
Andy
really funny.
brought up at the gym. He
That
brought
was a
up
good
this.
segue.
That's really funny.
It's funny because we go from hardcore to like Christian and like nothing flat. So Andy, he goes,
Okay.
do you remember that puppet Gerbert?
Because
Is Andy okay with you telling the story first? Though?
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
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 There's a podcast I listen to called Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling, and then Sarah used to be like religious. Well, her family's religious,
Yeah.
so she used to watch Gerber, and she started doing the impression, and Marty hates it, her boyfriend, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's so bad." Oh boy, it's me. She sounds like it's Pat.
Yeah.
And then she did. It's Pat talking to Gerber. But anyway, I said, "Do you remember Gerber?"
Earlier, when Ben was telling the story off camera of the guy who said I'm ugly as fuck but have a big dick, he made him sound like Little Nicky, and then Ben started doing the Little Nicky voice, but saying quotes from other Adam Sandler movies.
like it's a shared universe.
It was so weird.
It was so awesome though.
Yeah. Oh, you're seeing Scoba Steve. Like, I was like, and I was like, all right, stop it, Ben. It's over. But I.
But
Forget,
it just shows you that I have watched a lot of Adam Sandler movies. So
Yeah.
Well, who
flat
hasn't?
out.
Who hasn't?
Who
But
has not?
I
That's
think I
right.
stopped
But
at
anyhow-
Mr. Deeds. Oh no, the one.
so
we had
games
to
I'm
stop.
playing.
I stopped his own.
Oh, I wanted to do still a little bit of the Gerber thing.
No, you're done.
Gerber.
That's enough of that. So games I'm playing. So I'm not gonna lie. I still have not finished Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, I got. Did you get to Elsa Bloodstone?
I am.
She has guns.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I liked her, and then I got to we were in that like Rift world because Doctor Strange teleports you.
I think I just left the Rift world.
Yeah, I'm right there. I liked it.
Do you want to try the peach?
What?
The peach beer? Do you want to try that?
Sure.
Okay.
Ben's really anxious.
Yeah.
Hang on. Go ahead. You go ahead.
All right. So the process of the game really turned me off of it.
The leveling up sucks.
And it made me not want to turn it on.
I wanna get all the
same with
characters,
Starlink.
but-
Starlink, I was like, you know what? I really want to keep playing, but I'm so bored of using the same 3 guns.
And you don't want to go buy toys.
I don't want to. I'm not like I was really into it too. I was playing a lot of it, and I was like, you know what? The more I play, the more it just bothers me that like the game's. It's kind of like playing like it is literally like Skyland. I promoted it as not being like Skylanders, but it's like Skylanders. You want to get through.
too bad.
You want to get through a certain door. You gotta have this special gun to get to the door. Like it's just
that sucks.
It's boring. It's really boring. Like, and then every time you die, you can only get 2 ships, and if you have more ships, you can keep playing, and then you have to restart.
So some kids like,
yeah, it's just too much, man. So it really left a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm really not playing my Switch as much anymore. And I started playing the new Madden. New Madden came out. I enjoy it.
When did that come out?
It came out last Tuesday.
Okay. What now? Here's someone told me that. Didn't that used to come out later in the year?
It was normally August.
Oh, was it?
Yep.
See, I was thinking it was
later in the year,
reason.
August.
Maybe because it's football season.
Actually, no, about this time because preseason starts. It usually comes out right before preseason.
Okay.
It's not bad. It plays a lot better. I haven't really dove into other features because I've been playing career mode. So the new career mode is called Be the Superstar, where you pick a quarterback and then you work your way through college. And then you try to find out where you rank, and then once that part's over, then it's kind of just you're rehashing the same story every week. Okay, so it kind of loses. Like it's if you want
first, but then drop
it was
second.
Like if you play NBA 2K games, there's a really in-depth storyline that always happens while you're playing your character. This game, it starts off really hot, and then it just kind of becomes. It's just like I'm playing it just to get some achievements because if you get so many superstar points, you can get like to the Tom Brady level, and then you're done, and then you can work out. Like that's how I do it. I try to get all those achievements, and then I play like the actual game and try to get those achievements. I don't mess with the it's called. It's Madden Ultimate Team because that's like a pay to play. You can buy card packs and then you randomly get a card out of a pack.
Get better players or something.
Yeah, and then your teams are just like everyone plays with like 99 overall teams. Yeah, and it loses the funk. The cool thing about the game, which is cool but also kind of bad, is they have this new feature where there's one. It's kind of like the college football game. So if you were a fan of the college football games, there was 1 or 2 players in the team who are just standout athletes. They had the ability to just take over a game. Madden has added that now too with certain players, where certain players have, if they do certain tasks enough times in a game, they get in the zone, and then when they're in the zone,
that's kind of cool.
It's harder to stop them, and they can do more crazier things.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's a lot of fun, but certain players, like Patrick Mahomes, can literally scramble to the left, off his back foot, and throw an 85-yard pass and hit a receiver in double coverage, and he's going to catch it every time. So it kind of goes back. Sometimes it goes back to like the old school Madden games had that. It was always called the money play, where no matter what, if it was 3rd and forever, you could run that money play. That in the zone can take that over a little bit, but for the most part, it makes the game more fun because you're like, hey. Most of the time, like if a quarterback scrambles 14 times for 10 yards, defense isn't super smart still, so it's a very offensive-oriented game. But it's all right. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be this year.
Is it much different from last year?
It is when it comes to the way it plays. Yeah, the characters react better. They play better. It looks amazing. Like there's times you're watching, and you're like, man, this could look like it could look like real football. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I've been playing. Watching wise, I really didn't watch anything. Heidi's been watching stuff on Hulu, so I really haven't been watching much on TV. I'm trying to think if there's anything on there, but I really can't think of anything that I watched.
I like to check The Boys out. Everyone says The Boys is very good, and I like
The Boys.
Mark was just talking about it. He just started watching it.
Yeah.
Who's that?
My friend Mark, mine and Andy's friend Mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that. The comic went for like 87 issues or something like that. And then I'd like to watch
with everything going on now with Skook Stock and me just really trying to really make the show better.
Much time,
It's hard.
Much time.
It's hard. I promise once August is over, I'm going to really buckle down and make sure I have some new stuff. Like I really want to pick up a new comic and like kind of take you issue by issue what I like about the comic. But yeah, so we'll go from there. But that's pretty much all I got really going on. Is there anything you guys are watching?
No, the G1 takes up so much time. I was just thinking there was a show today and I didn't even know. I was like, oh man, I got like 5 more matches to watch. And
that's good.
And then it's like SummerSlam, NXT TakeOver, and then the 3 G1s when I'm at the beach. I'm like, at least I'm at the beach, I'm doing nothing.
Yeah,
so I just watch all the shows.
I should have our forums tomorrow for NXT and SummerSlam.
Cool. But yeah, I haven't got a chance. I'm gonna watch She-Ra season 3. That's on my docket. It's only 7 episodes, so it's 2 hours.
If there's a show out there that you guys are listening to that you want us to watch, or one of us to watch, I'll definitely take.
Even if we just watch one episode,
I'll give it a shot
and just
I'll
review it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I think about it, and if you just want to know our opinion, or if you want to know, yeah, you got.
Have you ever watched Firefly?
I've never did. It's the one season everyone raves about, right?
Why?
You know,
have
count
you?
me in
when I used
watching it.
Have you not seen it?
Never seen it.
I'm like
This is
Brody
it.
here. I keep drinking out of the one little.
I used to get Loot Crate stuff, and it was always Firefly stuff, and I used to give it away.
This is the show. I'm telling. Are you serious?
It's the one that everyone wants to come back because the one season was so good. Why did it stop? They just
Fox
no money?
dropped the ball when they ran it. It's a Joss Whedon story.
What's the premise?
Earth 2,200
Space.
something,
Yeah.
deep in space. Earth falls apart, runs out of resources, so the powers that be decide to colonize space. You have the outer rim planets that don't have it so well. You might not even survive. You know what I mean? They send you out with their resources, you could die. And then there's like an inner rim that does fairly well, and that's where the government is. Now even though it's space, the outer rim is very like Western feeling.
Wild West.
Yeah, it's definitely Wild West. Like definitely people on horses
It's
with
like a
cowboy
peach
hats
area.
and bars and saloons. It's what happened was Joss Whedon wrote it in a special order, and you're supposed to watch it from beginning to end, like most shows.
Ben, this is insane. Not to interrupt you. This is terrible to drink out of. Why? Look at this. Look at
You're
what I have
waiting
to
for
do.
you're waiting for it.
Oh, that's harder. Anyway.
Sorry.
And Fox aired them out of order, and then they gave him a shitty time slot, so it never worked.
Yeah.
Almost immediately after it was over, it caught a lot of momentum, and Joss Whedon got the backing to do the movie. So there's, I think it's 11 or 12 episodes as a show, and it's done. And in the end, you can tell that it wasn't written to be done, because it wasn't part of the plan. Then the show was going to run forever, and he had plans on introducing new characters, and he never got around to it. So that ended like 99, 2000. 2001, there's a movie, it's called Serenity. It's the name of the ship.
Okay.
The movie kind of tries to squeeze in a whole bunch of stuff that he didn't have time to do and then wrap it up.
Oh, jeez.
It's not bad, though.
No.
It's seriously not bad. It kind of... You feel like if you really like the show, you miss that whole middle part, and that kind of sucks, but super good.
That's
If
cool.
none of you guys have
Yeah,
seen
I
it,
haven't seen it.
seriously.
Where would I even find? Is it on Netflix?
It's
or
on
anything?
Hulu right now.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try
And
that.
it might be on Netflix too. I'm not sure.
It was. I don't think it is right now.
Just like Doctor Who.
So Netflix did have Serenity, the movie, and Hulu had the show. I'm not sure if
Okay.
Netflix still has the movie, but Hulu
okay.
definitely has
Okay.
the show. Super good.
All right, I'll try it out.
Does that taste like a peach ring?
It does. It's a little on the more sour side, but it does
Yeah,
taste like a
very,
peach ring.
yeah.
Yeah. All
Did you
right.
drink out of that glass? That's totally
No, I will
impractical?
not. I will not
That-
drink
It
out
is
of that glass.
100% impractical.
I'm good.
Just try it.
I'm good.
No, Andy had to do it.
Like, you feel like you're gonna spill it on your face.
I really like it. It's very sour.
All right, so we have a couple ideas kicked around for a topic. One of them was best outfits, like costume in a video
like
game.
iconic
Wardrobe,
wardrobes.
Like iconic wardrobe.
Like iconic wardrobes that you would consider like the king of the crop. You know.
Now, does the wardrobe make the character? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I think he just says something you remember. Like you remember the Ghostbusters.
like it's just
suits,
like
right?
bam, like
Yeah. If I say
you
Indiana
can like
Jones,
you look at it and you're like bam, and you could rattle a whole
yeah.
bunch of shit
If
off.
I say
of
Indiana
it.
Jones, you can tell me what he's wearing, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
I can.
Yeah.
Or like what, like
Even if it isn't
all the
exact,
movies.
the hat,
that
Now,
the
are
color.
would it count as like I feel like Star Wars characters, the
Yeah,
ones who stick out the
100%.
most, are the ones who have the better
You could do
costume.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could.
Like
I mean,
Boba
just
Fett.
like
Yeah, yeah.
all in
On-
general, like
You can say
if
Star
you want to
Wars.
say like I like this stormtrooper outfit, just because it's like all white armor and it's like it has a real.
It just sticks in your brain.
Helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was pretty sweet.
It would be like if you were at Comic Con, you see someone that you'd be like, "Oh, that's clearly Princess Leia." But you know,
Mhm.
that's
and it
what-
just like brings joy to you because you know about it and you like seeing it out in the open, like in real
Mine's
life.
the Day of the Tentacle.
What's
The
that?
Day of the Tentacle. That's a cool one. He's wearing his shirt this time.
There's a very
Here you go. You could say Freddy because of the sweater and the hat and the glove.
Okay.
See?
Mhm.
Yellow Wolverine from the cartoon.
Yeah, you can say, yeah.
Fox
Yeah.
Kids Wolverine.
Yeah. Gee. Logan, we can't.
What was your favorite
Why'd you not have
adaptation?
one?
Yeah.
That's not-
What was your favorite adaptation of a character who had multiple costumes?
favorite character.
This topic is bombing already.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's all over the place. I would say Star
I would
Wars.
say-
I think the costuming is Star
Yeah.
Wars is very
Mhm.
cool.
Oh, definitely.
And you know if someone's wearing Princess Leia, you know if the Han Solo outfit. Whoa.
Whoops.
Yeah, and obviously you know Boba Fett and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that's why I say Star Wars.
It's. I mean, there's ones that are crammed down your neck. Like obviously, everyone knows Mario. Everyone knows Zelda. Master Chief is pretty popular. Like if someone cosplayed that, you know it.
Yeah, if he walks in the room, you know it definitely, 100%. Or you'd be like, if you're an idiot, Green Iron Man, like what else would you?
What the fuck is that? You know, let's do this. I got a topic.
Star Trek is
I got a topic because we do video games a lot. I want to flip it and take a different genre here. Let's go horror movie for this week.
Ooh, okay.
All right. So we're gonna say a horror movie that you enjoyed, but it was critically not really liked by a lot of people.
Oh, jeez.
Got it. Ding.
You got one?
Oh, absolutely.
Let him go first.
Yeah.
Because I'm the horror guy.
My favorite horror movie of all time is 1982, The Thing.
Okay.
Kurt Russell. At that time, that movie was fucking... Like, the people my parents' age couldn't even wrap their head around that ridiculous
like
movie.
The animatronics and stuff, yeah.
Well, it's a lot of, like, claymation, and it's a lot... I mean, I think those special effects are fucking brilliant.
Yeah, they still look good now.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, mine's a claymation movie, too.
I just seen like a meme or something recently where they were like, who would have known that would like inspire an entire generation of like horror movie fans and horror movie writers and producers and directors.
That's
the whole
crazy.
Yeah, that movie. But everyone at the time, it was like way over their head.
Yeah.
Way over their head.
Yeah.
But it paid off in the end because
I had the game for PlayStation
how much
2.
influence it came out of it.
Yeah, it's huge.
Mine would be, it's not so much on the older side, it's more in the middle of the pack, but I really like the movie Hatchet. A lot of people I know that watched it were like, that movie was so fucking corny. It's pretty much this guy
But
named
does it know it's goofy? Like
That's exactly how it plays itself.
The later Nightmare on Elm Streets, they know they're goofy. You know,
That's exactly the route it went for.
Yeah.
So it was
and Evil Dead.
Yeah,
like,
this guy named Victor something. I forget his last name. Victor Crowley, if I'm not mistaken.
okay, like Alistair Crowley.
Yeah, he was a guy who lived in the barn and he was disformed and the neighbors didn't like him, so he lit his house on fire while he was in it, and he died. But his spirit kind of lives on. He's like he's like Jason,
wacky.
but like big,
Yeah.
but he's like deformed, like Sloth from the Goonies.
Oh shit!
But like when he walks up and he kills people, like he'll literally grab them by each side of their cheeks and literally rip their skull apart.
It sounds like Trauma or something.
But it's all like claymation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
that was pretty cool.
What era? Like what are we talking?
2000s.
Really?
Yeah, I never
even heard of it.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Yeah, it
either.
was.
And I was super into
While
horror movies
Tony's
at the
looking
time.
that up, fun fact. Speaking of which, in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, there's a
How does that connect?
I'm gonna get to that. So there's a game that was a nightmare sequence game where you played as this character and you were going around with these like demons and you had like two like hook swords.
Oh,
and what would
like the
happen
ball.
is like with one of your special moves, you grabbed the people by their face and
rip
you
'em
fucking
apart.
boom. Rip them apart, like
It's probably
skin
a
off the bone.
It's probably one of Cabal's fatalities over the years.
Yeah. Oh my god, I remember that.
What
yeah.
does that have to do with Snake Eater though? Was that like
Well, it was just
Snake
like
Eater?
it was just like a hidden like Easter egg game, and then like
It's in it.
Yeah, you're in the prison cell when you have to do it because you have to like
Oh my
you know
God.
when you
I know what I'm
have
doing
it.
when I go home.
Yeah.
You know you have it when you remember like the save animations back in the day for
Yes.
PlayStation. So you know you have it when it's like I think it's like a red rose instead of a white for Big Boss, like the original Big Boss. It's a red rose versus the other one. So like every time you open up to that save after you're like before like you sleep and you're waking up, then that's when the hidden game is. You have to look that
I gotta
one
know.
up.
I gotta know more. If it's a Konami murder video game,
It was just a
Snake
game.
Eater,
It was
oh
just
my
a game
God.
that like they just said, "Hey, Kojima's just like, fuck it, we're gonna throw it in there." And I'm like, I want to play this game seriously and legitimately. Please release this.
Which
Didn't have
one
it.
is 3 the one where
Oh, it's so good.
all the
That's-
people you killed are in that river they have to walk through?
Yes.
yeah, the
Yes.
River of Souls.
Is his name The End? Is that the guy's
Yes.
name? Yeah, I
Yes.
thought that was a cool idea.
And the thing is, that was a really cool boss. I'm gonna spoil it.
I
for
watched my friend
everybody,
beat the
too.
game, but I didn't actually play it.
Game is so good.
It's fun because you're walking through and all these souls are going through you and you're causing a lot of damage. But when you die, you actually have to take a revival pill in order to beat the boss. Fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
So
back to horror movies. I got, just in case anyone can't think of any, I have
War
some here
is horror.
that got not great reviews, but people still really enjoyed them.
I got Mayan.
13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
No idea.
That's not bad.
It was a corny one, but I actually enjoyed that one. White Noise. I
was gonna say House. From
House?
like 86 or whatever.
I don't think I've ever seen
It
House.
it's the guy moves the house and it's haunted, but it has like real goofy, cheesy like effects. Like there's like the pizza comes alive and it's like trying to kill him.
That sounds amazing.
And Bull from Night Court is the one undead army soldier.
Oh my god, that gets
they
better.
They open a closet and that's like Vietnam inside it because the house is haunted.
One of my favorites.
It's kind of like comedy humor
That sounds
or
good.
comedy horror.
The Mist.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was a great ending.
And then House 2 is good. House 4 is okay. And apparently there wasn't 3.
Can't imagine why. Let's see what we got here.
13 Ghosts reminded the movie always reminded me just like, and a much better movie in my opinion. Has anyone seen Event Horizon?
No.
No, really, guys.
That's what Dead Space was based off of.
Yeah, for sure. It has Grant from Jurassic Park as the main character, and opposite Lawrence Fishburne, and it's almost exactly like 13 Ghosts.
Oh, wow.
Super weird, but it's in space.
I like this one a lot too, and it didn't get very good reviews. Krampus.
I didn't see
I
Krampus.
like Krampus. It reminded me of a new version of like Gremlins almost. The Facility, I really like that one a lot.
Wow.
Wait, are you talking about The Faculty?
The Faculty, yeah.
Oh
The
my
Faculty.
god,
I'm sorry,
I love that
not the
movie.
Facility.
Oh my god.
Hello 99.
I'm gonna tell you a story about that.
Watch where you're going. I am. Maybe you didn't paint your fucking eyes shut. It says it's a gothic girl.
It's always a nice thing that The Faculty always brings up because that's actually one of my guilty pleasures to watch. Not just because
It's the Breakfast Club meets a horror movie.
It's awesome.
Really?
I love that movie. There's my one buddy's wife. We always talk about every time we bring up the fact. I'm like, oh fuck, The Faculty. Like, drop everything.
I can't
watch
remember
that.
anything really about the movie, but the soundtrack was fire. I remember the soundtrack.
Dude,
The movie was alien leeches that went into people's bodies and turned them into like pretty much
it was like Body Snatchers with a parasite.
Yeah, it was Body Snatchers with the Breakfast Club.
And it's really cool because it had like Josh Hartnett, Elijah Wood.
People that were
It
big
had
for the
Jon
time.
Stewart, the comedian.
Jon Stewart.
Salma Hayek is actually one of the characters. What's
She's
his
hot.
the T-1000, which is the gym
Patrick
coach.
something.
Patrick
I forget.
Patrick Robert, I think
Yeah,
it might be. It's
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick. There we go. And it's just a good, enjoyable movie to watch. And it's like it was a little bit suspenseful and like you're trying to pick out different stuff, and it's like they kind of threw in stuff like half-assed and like kind of threw it on the curb, like where the fuck did that come from? And then like all of a sudden, like it's just a good movie.
So we'll wrap on this and then we'll do plugs. So I just pulled up just for fun here. The 50. I won't go through all 50, but the best horror movies on Netflix right now. Okay. So if you're a horror movie fan, you want to watch something new. A movie called 1922. It's a Stephen King adaptation of Those Who Step into the Blood and Poisons It. I won't go too much into it. Apostle is on the list. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I've actually watched that. That was really cool. Before I Wake. Bird Box. Is that the one where
that's the blind?
That's
that one wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. The Box. I'm not sure what that one is, but it's the same people who made Donnie Darko.
I think that's the one. I think that's the one that the guy that plays Dr. Octopus.
Alfred Molina.
Yeah, and he has like this box and it's like
Carrie from 1976 is on there right now. The Cell, Cloverfield. I'm a big Cloverfield fan. The Conjuring, Creep. Creep 2, so you can see both of them. The Crow is on Netflix right now. The Cult of Chucky. Wait a second. Do you have a rubber? Bitch, I'm made of plastic. Great client. They're great. I'm skipping through a few here. I'm just trying to see if there's any that I remember watching that I could recommend. Gremlins is on Netflix right now.
I love Gremlins.
Ooh, this is a cool one. Horns. Have you seen Horns?
Oh, is that with Daniel Radcliffe?
Yes.
AKA Harry Potter.
Yes. Really, really cool movie.
Poltergeist's on there. I really want to see that. I've never seen it.
The new one?
No, the old one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know this, but the little actress girl actually
Caroline.
like
a lot of the cast died.
She like died like really young.
So a lot
That's
of the
crazy.
A lot of the cast is now dead, but they say it's the poltergeist curse. But fun fact, you know what movie's really cursed too? Every movie from like the 60s, because they're all dead now.
Wow. and probably the people from the 50s and 40s too.
It's really crazy how that works.
They're age appropriate.
Yeah, it just
for the time.
Yeah, like the old man from the poltergeist died, and then the little girl did. They're like,
and they
movie's cursed.
and they smoked 3 packs of cigarettes in an hour. Ooh.
They got cancer. Spooky.
They lived to say age 80. No.
That's even scarier. They're zombies.
Here's a really crazy one. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm a big fan of it. If you're a fan of the movie or the show that's on Netflix, House on Haunted, not the Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
The girl who's in that, Kate Segal. She's hot as fuck.
Not Peg Bundy though.
No.
Okay.
The other Kate Segal,
okay.
who's
okay.
attractive.
What's wrong with Peg Bundy?
Yeah. I beg
Peg Bundy's hot too.
I beg her now.
Yeah, Peg's hot too. But Kate Segal, who's from that show, she's in a movie on Netflix now called Hush, where she plays a deaf girl. That's pretty much lives out in the middle of nowhere by herself, and these home invaders come to like kill.
Oh, it's a reverse horror movie, isn't it?
Kind of, where like she can't hear where they're coming.
Oh,
and they're just like torturing her the whole time.
Oh, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I was interested. I forget what movie it is, but it's like these people come to get the girl, but the girl kills all them.
No. So what happens? I think one you're thinking about with the guy's blind, and they go in the house to rob him, and he like.
He takes care of them all.
And he's like trying.
Like
he's
Death
like,
Wish?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I forget what the. I think
is that with Stephen Lang? It's like
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck movie is that?
I Know What You Did Last Summer's on there. Insidious,
Ooh.
The Invitation. That's a good one.
When that devil puppet pops up in Insidious, that's hilarious.
In
that's
what?
not scary at all. Insidious. Is that one devil
Oh
puppet?
yeah.
And he's like, I was like, come on, that's pure comedy.
Did you guys ever watch Reanimator by any chance?
I like it.
Hell yeah.
That's just a corny like
goofy.
romp.
That's a classic.
One of my favorite movies of all time, Scream, is on Netflix right now. Actually, Scream 3, Scream 4.
Scream through 5.
Yeah, not Scream 2.
Sticks.
No
Still
Scream 2.
screaming.
Do you guys see that Tucker and another male name versus
Tucker and
Evil?
Dale vs. Evil.
Yeah,
That's on
yeah.
their Netflix right now.
That's like a reverse horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see part of it.
The frat kids are actually like the bad people. They think that they're horrible because they're like rednecks. They're just trying to get away from the frat kids. It's pretty ridiculous.
There's a movie on there
Alan
called
Tudyk's
Trains
in
to Busan. It's a South Korean zombie movie. That they say it's one of the best movies to watch on Netflix, even though it is in it's in Korean. You have to subtitles it, but they're pretty much on a train, and the entire time you're on the train, they're on there with a bunch of zombies, and they can't get off.
We're on it.
All right, man. That was the weirdest.
Yeah.
No, I'm just used to watching subtitles, and
Oh, yeah,
I like
yeah.
doing,
Oh.
I like doing that.
I missed it.
I assume that you
I'm with
watch
Just
subtitled
all the
stuff.
time.
So if you drop Neon
All right,
Genesis
so
Evangelion,
here's what's going on right now. I'm gonna fill you in on the inside of Ben's brain. This is a cool. All right. So last time you were here, you talked about you watched the Rape Goblin show, and then you watched
Goblin Slayer.
Evangelion.
No. Oh,
no,
yeah, that
Neon
was-
Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, right. You watched something that Ben was super into, so now he thinks you're on the same team as everything you watch.
Oh.
That's why he
We
fist
might
bumped
be.
you. Yeah,
We
he
might
fist
be.
bumped you.
You gotta fill me in though first. But I'll fist bump you anyway. Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
whatever.
I'll
It doesn't
totally
matter.
fist bump
I'll
you.
take the risk.
And
I'll take the risk. Hey,
What's the Goblin show called? Goblin Slayer?
Goblin Slayer. Yep.
Yeah, Goblin Raper.
Do you guys see Castle Rock?
Castle. No,
On
why does
Hulu?
that sound so familiar?
Stephen King wrote it. It's
I
on
think I
Hulu.
heard of
It's a
that
new
before.
show.
I never really watched
And it like
it.
ties all of that weird New England stuff that he has going on. It's all like he
Okay.
brings it all together in this show. Very good.
What's the Stephen King movie that's out right now where it's so weird? Don't ever bring
It's
that
so
company.
impractical.
Yeah. The Stephen King with
I'm
the guy
bringing it again.
where the guy dies on top of his wife while they're having sex. And
Oh my.
I thought that was a
know.
Stephen King one. Heidi was watching it. So they're having sex and she's tied up.
Yeah.
It's like when they get kinky and he ties her up and then he dies, like has a heart attack while they're having sex and just dies on her, and she's stuck underneath his body.
And is that the whole movie? Like,
Most of it, yeah, she's just stuck under this dead guy.
So,
That's a rough 90 minutes.
You know, like, wow,
it's one I think I'll skip.
man, that's gonna
She's
be.
like, fuck it, force modem, I'll get
Yeah.
something out of this.
You know what? No pun intended. That had to be some bad case of crotch rot there, man.
No, not right away.
Not right away.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually, damn.
He'll eventually decompose. I'll get out of here. It's hard. Can you imagine? No. That's why I don't like. I would never like. Oh, choke me. Fuck that. You die. Then I have to explain it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do any of that.
No.
You die like that kung fu guy.
Yeah.
Showed himself.
Yeah. Fucking David
what's-
Carradine.
Carradine.
Yeah.
Carradine, yeah. He was actually pretty good in kung fu. That was actually
My
on, like,
next
on TNT.
my next interview is going to be all murder and death related. I'm going to be doing a Murder My Dude interview.
That's gonna be
Oh,
pretty
both of
cool.
them.
It's going to
That's
be
cool.
it's going to be we're going to do music themed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We're going to talk about the death and murder of John Lennon, the death and murder of Dimebag Darrell.
Ooh.
That one's kind of easy. The guy just went up and shot.
I'm just saying though, like,
but there's like a backstory to it, like why he did it.
Yeah,
and,
just hearing.
Get back together. What an idiot.
and he actually shot him in front of his brother on stage, which is
Brutal.
fucking crazy. And there's another one we're gonna do, but I forget what one it is. I don't remember now.
Suspenseful watch.
It made no sense because the guy's whole point was he wanted Pantera to get back together. Well, if you kill him, he's not getting back together.
Yeah, and then there's also like the conspiracy murders, like where people think people are dead
yeah. Tupac.
Is that guy in prison? Obviously, that guy has to be in prison. I mean,
Yeah.
like if there's like huge Pantera fans in prison, oh man, they're fucking
actually just
wailing the hell out of him.
How about that girl who just got out of jail she did 15 years? She murdered the guy who was pretty much using her for sex trafficking.
Oh wow!
Like since she was a kid, like, and she was just, I'm enough, and she killed him, and they're like, oh, you have to go to jail for now.
That's bullshit.
And like everyone was fighting to get her out, and they're like, all right, she's out. She did 15 years in jail.
Oh God, that sucks.
She was pretty much a sex
only
slave.
15 years.
She was a sex slave and just got tired of it and killed the guy because she felt like she had no way out.
Yeah.
She just got out. Weird.
Put it this way.
Weird off topic.
Put it this way, purposely like get fucked or like kill a guy, serve for 15 years and take a long break.
Well, she
for
was in there for
15
life,
years.
and they actually.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there was a huge petition to let her out early because they felt like, she killed somebody, but it wasn't out of. Like it was out of self-defense.
Yeah. It was like a necessity.
Yeah, she had to. Like she felt like she wasn't safe.
Oh my god, yeah, that's. Yeah. I don't like that shit. I'm not like the whole thing. I mean, the sex trafficking and all that. I don't like that shit, man. Like
none of us do.
Nobody does really.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they should have just been like
when people kill people.
if I were the judge, I would
I'm
have
not
been
into
like
rape at all. I think rape is terrible.
I'd have been like,
For sure.
Yep. You know what? If I were the judge on that case, I would have been like, yep. What case? You could go. Done. That's how I feel about it.
We should appoint you. Would you ever be a judge?
Would you be a TV judge like Judge Judy?
Judge
What
Ben.
if we gave you a case right now and we had to judge it?
Judge Wapner.
A case.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So John, this guy John.
Hi, I'm Doug Llewellyn.
Right? He's being brought in on a murder. I can't do this on the fly. I don't know.
You're flopping big time. Even I'm saying this.
Yeah, that was terrible. It was a horrible idea. I was just trying to use your goofiness.
See how impractical the glass is?
Horrible.
Oh, cut your shit. Come on.
Well, I'd like a glass, but I want to make it harder to drink out of than normal.
Yeah.
Can you do that for me?
Get me a fistful.
Actually, do you want to hear something a funny band thing?
Always.
You'll get a crack at this. Ben, what was your idea for
God.
what was your idea for a podcast?
I don't know this one.
This is amazing. So when we first started this podcast, Ben's like,
No, I want to tell it.
Ben's like, I got an idea for a
I want
show.
to tell it. I want to tell
It's
it because
gonna
it's going to be funnier coming off.
But I want to be very, very. I want to say this just before he starts. He was dead fucking serious. Like this wasn't a comedy podcast. This was this was going to be as serious as a fucking heart attack show.
It was a serious comedic approach.
You
to a
had
show.
no intention on being a comedian at all.
So, the idea that Tony has about his podcasts, interviews with everyday people, okay? So, what I pitched was interviews with celebrity people, and I dress up as celebrities and try and impersonate them while Tony interviews me.
I think you should do that on the side. Yeah. Maybe once a month or something, but I definitely think
celebrity in quotation marks, like when you type it.
I definitely think you should do that.
Because the only reason why I said that was because
he comes up to me hammered drunk and he's like, I got this great idea. I was like, get the fuck away from me.
We're sitting here with rock legend Meatloaf. How you doing today, Meatloaf?
And the only reason he pitched this idea is because he dressed up as Freddie Mercury for Halloween and got a lot of compliments.
Oh, well, hey,
so he was like, I'm all about dressing up now.
That's awesome.
seriously though, it would be a good show. Like a one-off, like every once in a while.
All right,
I have
just
to agree.
once in a while.
First episode.
Yeah,
First,
who do you want to be?
And then this is what he's gonna throw at you.
First episode, I want you to be Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, pick some old black actor.
I want you to go full blackface.
Hey, these guys are, hello there! It's like, oh, not, oh, God.
And I'm going to ask you, as Morgan Freeman, I'm going to ask you every question about Samuel L. Jackson. To see if you've done your research on your character.
When I was a small boy. Yeah.
Can you do a Morgan Freeman voice?
You just
I
have to
was
talk
a
slow.
boy.
Yeah, good enough.
Out in the river.
2 hours.
And
Oh God, 2 hours to get through what is the
I was
first
with a
question?
man
I love it.
named Samuel L. Jackson.
And he's completely
And he
blackface.
is one weird motherfucker.
You know, you sound like when Will Ferrell does the guy that does
love
the
it.
Masterpiece Theater, or not Masterpiece Theater. The movie was simply scrumtrulescent. Remember that? A word, I will have to create one. Scrumtrulescent. I forget the guy's name.
Or when he does like the swingers in this hot tub.
No,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said Meatloaf, I imagined him like entering the room. The back of the album cover for Bat Out of Hell. He's grabbing the girl's ass. He comes in the room like
Yeah.
sideways, holding a girl's ass.
And Meatloaf, what was your wife's name? How's your wife doing? Jenny's doing real good.
I seriously want to do that.
Who
I
would
really
be?
I
Who
think
would be
it's a
some?
great idea.
Who would be some celebrities you would hit us up with?
I would definitely revisit Freddie Mercury
See,
again. I
that's-
think
he
he'd
latched
be.
onto it.
That'd be Freddie Mercury.
Bruce Springsteen, come in with the hat in your back pocket.
I would love to do Meatloaf. I would do Meatloaf.
Would you
but
shave
do
your
cheesy.
face?
The boss
Yeah,
is here.
yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
See, now you got to do it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I would. No, we're not doing his gay lover. Fuck you. No.
Well, yeah, he's gonna have to ask questions about gay stuff.
Yeah.
right?
No.
I want Ben
The
to
boy,
be-
the
I-
boyfriend. No.
I want Ben to be
the
there.
record guy. No.
Did I show you the picture of him?
Absolutely not.
All right, Ben. Who else did you do? Talk
is
about
great.
it.
Okay, so who else would I do? I would probably do Axl Rose. Just a corny Axl Rose.
Oh God.
We could go off the cuff with characters played by comedians.
What if
I'd
I
probably
wait-
do like a Joe Dirt.
What if I want to interview like Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah.
Would you shave your head?
I'd probably do a bald cap on that. I can't do
Okay.
it. I can't do.
Who's
I
that?
cut it. I cut it really
Goddamn,
short
son.
to where like.
Goddamn, son, they do
Ah,
that
son of a
amazing, they're
bitch.
good.
That's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
I hate that voice already. We'll
I know.
never do
Yeah.
that one.
Never doing that one. But I got to do the research. I got to do the impersonation. I got to do the thing, and that's.
It'd be better if the facts are all completely wrong.
Oh yeah, that's what I would do. I would throw the wrong question. All right, so did you ever see Bohemian Rhapsody?
No, not yet.
All right, so
Big
Freddie,
Big Queen fan.
Freddie's boyfriend of the movie, or not boyfriend, but the guy who was in love with him, who was his agent, manager, friend.
Okay.
He's still insisting
Oh
on
yeah.
Let me
Son of a bitch.
Let me see the guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ben just left the mustache.
Definitely not. No.
Ben, can you come next show for just the mustache?
Yeah. How?
No. No.
I love you, Friday.
I love you, Friday.
Can you do Liberace? Where I had Liberace. Hi, everyone. It was a great show in '72.
I'm thinking like James Cagney. We could. Seriously, it's so good.
I'm trying to think who's the guy on Hollywood Squares. He was the middle square. He was
Gilbert
like the,
Godfrey.
No,
I'm not listening
to
No,
Gilbert
no.
Godfrey.
Old Hollywood
Oh.
Squares. That he's based off of. Roger is based off of this actor. I'm trying to think what
Who's
his name
based
is.
off of?
Roger from American Dad.
Oh, I don't know.
He's based off of an old comedian, old
I'm in
flamboyant
full support of
comedian.
this. That's
What's the name of this podcast?
interviews. What did you
Shit
say?
idea is what it's called.
Interviews with celebrity people.
And then the tagline: "Not actual celebrities."
Celebrity quotations.
I
Interviews
like
with
that
celebrity people.
Celebrity hour.
It's great.
I can imagine his John Joe he was all serious about it.
Oh my god.
No, this is a really good idea.
He was dead serious. He like pitched
And
it.
then I'll do Obama. We can interview Obama.
he pitched it and he was fucking dead serious. I just looked at him like,
It'd be great if he
No!
had a ton of impressions that were really good.
that's the thing. If Ben was an amazing impersonator,
Yeah, then you can see
Oh,
it.
come on.
Like,
Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Give me a little bit of
Well,
time
you
to
can-
watch.
it's all
and read
spawned
and
because
stuff.
he had one good year at a Halloween costume and he fucking wrote it out. He's like, oh, you could do me as Freddy. I'll put the.
and then after Freddy, we could do. I don't know.
Bruce Valanche.
Oh, was it Bruce Valanche, the new one? He
No.
was super gay?
Oh.
God, he was something else.
Can you do him? I want to interview him.
Whoopi
Eat a
Goldberg
lot.
was on
Eat a
the-
lot of
on the
food.
Squares.
That's probably the guy from the gym that says I have a.
Hey,
Hey, Tony, got some big tank on her chin.
Your dick's probably in your sock.
It's like, you must have a dick this big, this long. It's
How
right
long
on
has
your
he been saying
ankles.
this to you?
He literally just said it to me
So this is something
Like,
new.
Monday.
This week, no joke.
I never seen the guy before.
That's so strange. Take a picture of him next time.
Yeah, can we just take a picture? You look like my uncle. I want to show him.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Just take a picture when he's working out.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a picture while he's
It is
working
gonna be
out.
pleasant.
Oh my god.
With his bandana on.
What the fuck, Tony? Like, took a
It wouldn't be the
picture.
weirdest thing you did in the gym, you fucking creep. Didn't you say you got in trouble for looking at a butt one time?
No.
Like you told me you got mesmerized and you got caught.
I might have, but I'm like, whatever.
You were like, he came to the house. It was after a couple beers. He's like, yo, I thought I was gonna get in trouble with the gym. Fucking girl's ass is amazing. I couldn't stop looking at it. And she caught me.
Mesmerized.
It's awesome. Oh my god, I love Bennett Death, man. He's
Paul Lind.
Paul Lynn.
Oh, he's
Picture.
he's old time.
Old school.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Hi there, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Hi
Oh,
there,
wait,
everybody.
is that
Paul Lind, that's the voice
That's
of Roger.
Uncle Arthur on Bewitched. Oh boy, he has that like.
oh, like very flamboyant.
Like back when you couldn't be gay. So
Yeah,
he
so he was like super flamboyant.
Oh, you know
like,
Uncle Arthur. He's funny.
He's got a little sugar in his
he,
tank.
He got a little ginger ale in his.
he's a little light in his loafers.
Yeah, little loafers. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's the worst.
I never-
He's got
I-
a little sugar in his
I love that
tank.
in the '70s. They couldn't say everyone was gay, so.
Yeah, but they just do every.
Oh, Samantha.
Yeah, well, we do that nowadays. Like, you know, our politicians like to do it. If they don't want to say the N word, they're like bunch of thugs. Yeah.
Thugs.
Like, you know, you want to say.
Yeah.
you know what you want to say. It's not
Delicious.
delicious. Actually, all right. What are we at? We could do this real quick, and then maybe we could segue this in the next week. Actually, this is an amazing topic. I don't know why we haven't done it. So, recent events have been happening in our world where fucking psychopaths are going out and shooting people.
Oh, shit. Yes, that's
I'm not going to take a political side because I personally don't like either side of the politics. I think you show me a politician I like, and I'll probably fucking still disagree with you because I don't think any one of them have my interests at heart, regardless of what side you're in, left, right, fucking down the middle. Because it's just how I feel. This is what I'm sorry if that bothers people, but that's just how I feel.
pretty
But-
much what you see is like the end game's always going to end up the same.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a change actually made because the person that the president doesn't actually make the calls you think he makes, and it's just a fucking nightmare. And the one side fights against the other entire time, and we don't get nothing accomplished. But anyway, you have a president. I'm not blaming the president for the shooting, but you can't go out on a regular basis and play to a certain type of crowd and play to a certain type of people and start chants of let's build a wall, and then every single person you see that even if they're American citizen, you classify them as illegal and say they don't need to be in your country. Because realistically, regardless of how you think, that's the agenda that people are thinking nowadays. They see someone who's Hispanic and automatically classify them as an illegal immigrant and chant and scream at them that they need to go home. That type of attitude and that type of the way you speak to people and the way that you put that out there as a leader, people will buy into that shit. And some psychopath went to a Walmart and his agenda was that I was going to eliminate Hispanic people.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
And but guess what he didn't do? He didn't quote not one single video game, but once again, media and video
Did you see
games
the
are
one-
under attack.
The one, she's from Ohio, senator, blamed gay people and drag queens.
Yes, it's
I was
gay,
like-
gay people, drag queens.
I've been to some
Wow.
drag shows and they never shot anyone.
Yeah. So
Like, that's really stretching.
do I think we need gun control? I don't care. Like, I don't own a gun, so that's my control. But do I think there needs to be something? Possibly. I mean, it's definitely a problem, and we talk about it, and then it goes away after a couple months later, and then another one happens. But that's not the topic here tonight. The topic is do you feel that video games, movies, comic books, or violent imagery, or anything like that nature can provoke people into doing mass shootings?
Perception is reality,
Mhm.
and so it depends on the mind.
I would agree.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's the bottom line. Some people can't handle that kind of imagery.
Yeah.
It's never been an issue for me, as I'm sure it hasn't been for you guys, because you guys have mass murdered anyone.
Yeah.
No.
But some people cannot handle that. And how do you screen people to play Grand Theft Auto? You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you don't.
Right.
So it's weird.
Yeah, there's people that are just fucked
It
up
just,
with
to
you.
me, it
Right.
seems like a cop-out. You turn around and say, well, we're not going to attack the NRA because they make billions of dollars and they can line our pockets with money. Video game industry doesn't do that. So they're the easier cop-out.
I'd say this to people.
Yeah.
There was no video games for the Civil War. or World War One or two.
I posted a funny picture
or
of
any war prior
of someone photoshopped Hitler holding an Xbox
that's
controller
awesome. Yeah,
and said Hitler played his first video game and then started World War II.
Yeah.
Like, it's just fucking. Listen, is there violent imagery on video games? Sure. Is it more graphic now than it's ever been? Sure. Has movies, video games, and television and everything been pretty graphic for a long time? Like, I don't want to hear from. Sorry, I get the beer burps. I don't want to hear from somebody. Well, back in my day, it wasn't like that, and we didn't.
Yeah.
Back in your day,
Cowboys and Indians shot each other.
Cowboys and Indians shot each other, which promoted more racism and division than ever before.
Get out of here, that's good.
Exactly. So there are it was just. How many TV shows where it's like, kill the thugs, and they went out and they shot...
By that theory, right, that violent movies make you be violent, would love movies make you be more loving?
Maybe.
When would dramatic movies make you be more dramatic? Like, it should, with that theory, right?
Yeah.
So or rom-coms make you more romantic and comedic?
Back in the day when, Shakespeare was putting plays on in the park, I don't think people left there and I'm going to go kill my family. Now,
if you're insane,
well,
maybe.
If you're insane,
but if you're insane, you could watch the news and the story about a dog, them loose.
Or if you're insane and have a perception on the world, and all you do is idolize the president of the United States and hear his speeches, that can definitely influence you as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, do I agree it can do it? I do. Do I think even Columbine? I wrote a whole thing on Columbine. A lot of maybe video games and the Matrix inspired them in their look and what they wanted to do, but a lot of that also came down to they were a bunch of kids that people thought were weird and made fun of them and picked on them and bullied them, and the parents the parents failed them, their teachers failed them, their guidance counselors failed them.
It wasn't Doom's fault.
No, I can turn I was a high school coach, and I can turn around and say look at a kid that I coached and say, you know what, this kid's having a rough go. People don't really like this person. He's an outcast. And I would take that person and make them one of my favorite players and treat them like they were the coolest person on the planet. And you know what most of the kids did with that then? They attached themselves to that person. And then, you know what I mean?
Great.
And that's...
I will say this. Trenchcoat Mafia, that's a hell of a tag team name. I wish they didn't kill people.
Yeah.
Is it the time limit up so I can use that for a tag team name? Because that's fantastic.
I don't think this mustache is ever going to come back.
Yeah,
so
no,
I don't know if it's going to work for you.
I'm actually I am the almost anti-Hitler.
You're the negative Hitler.
It doesn't grow.
We're giving her 20 years and Trenchcoat Mafia is going to come out and win the tag belts.
What if you're just the TM Mafia?
That's all right. Yeah, because TM with trademark Mafia.
TC Mafia. Trenchcoat.
Oh, yeah, TC Mafia.
TC, yeah.
Oh,
I think that's a fantastic name.
I mean, even if it is controversial, it'll get you buzzed.
Yeah, that's like
you could be like 10 Cent Mafia or something.
Yeah, the Nazis were terrible. Man, were their outfits cool. You know, I'm so sorry.
Hey, you gotta look dapper as fuck killing a bunch. No, I'm not gonna go into that.
Oh God, so here's Ben.
Nope, I stomped on the brakes on that one.
Killing a bunch of them people, you know.
You know, the guys who fucking made Superman.
You know, the funny thing, I actually watched the Billy Trey interview. I thought I was gonna go a little bit more beyond.
You mean
with Billy Trey?
Billy Trey was at the show you were on.
Right.
Yeah, he said he watched.
I watched the interview with him.
Okay.
Saying about the top. What was the favorite top 5 favorite episodes that you had of this show? Because he watched it. He goes, "Oh, well, I like the one with Terrain." I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah, because Ben got drunk and said really inappropriate things. It's really bad. Yeah.
Well,
alcohol happens, right?
I guess.
Whoops. Yeah. We would have got canceled if we were actually popular. They'd have been like Joe Rogan just put a podcast out that only lasted an hour and a half, and people are losing their minds.
Because it was only an hour and a half?
Yeah, because it was only an hour and a half.
Not 3 hours?
Because most of his podcasts go 3 to 4 hours long.
I would prefer sometimes something to wrestle with, they go over long, and this is cool, but I don't need that all the time.
I watched that Jamie Foxx one. That was only an hour. It wasn't very long.
Yeah, people are upset. Joe Rogan's only making an hour-long podcast.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
If it makes you feel better, we're almost at 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Doesn't you feel like it?
But we carry a lot of stuff along with us.
So do you want to watch... Oh, I won't be here next. Do you want to watch the first episode of The Boys for the second week then?
We can do that.
Just the first episode. You don't have to watch anything more.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to, so I might have to buddy
It's on
up
Amazon Prime.
We'll watch...
Oh, shit, I do have Amazon Prime. I forgot.
I don't know. I don't know if I do. I have to double check. But we'll watch one episode a week, and then until it's done, that'll be our show we talk about.
Okay. Or just that one if you don't like it. And then let's say
don't binge. Because then if you binge, then you're gonna spoil stuff ahead of time because you're already predetermined to talk about something you've already seen.
If we decide to watch it all,
yeah, we'll all watch one episode. See, that's where I think binging. Okay. I think that's where binging sometimes goes wrong because I think it's easy to miss details out in the show if you don't like. For me personally, I think if we each watch it, like if we pick a show and we watch it as a team, and we watch an episode and then we talk about that episode, we get more out of it than just binging through 6 of them and just getting the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Because then you're just kind of doing
because you're missing a lot.
Like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Yeah.
I also thought the Carmen Sandiego Netflix show. I haven't watched that.
Okay.
It might be just to try it. We don't have to watch the whole thing.
So are you coming back next week?
I hope so.
Well, I have an open spot. Andy won't be
I
here.
won't be here. I'll be at the beach.
Andy won't be here.
Next week?
Yeah.
Next week I'm on vacation.
How about that?
Everyone's on fucking vacation.
Well, what the hell, are you going the same car in the same beach or what?
No, I'm going on a fishing trip.
No, there you go.
Oh, okay. Where at?
Thousand Islands, New York.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
Is there like
Hey,
a certain fish there that you're trying to get?
I don't fish.
Oh.
Neither do I. I suck at it.
I mean, I might go out like 1 or 2 afternoons.
You're just going to drink.
Try. It's a drinking
hang
trip.
out, yeah.
My best friend Mark is going, and we're taking.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. We're taking proxies of our models. So in preparation for leagues, we're just going to play like 2 games a day, hopefully, and try to get really good.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
plan.
Have him listen to the show and tell him what he thinks. I see what he thinks about it.
Just like.
Is Mark from around here?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's from
yeah.
Palo.
He lives in Pali now. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get him on the show one week.
Yeah, he's
Huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can get him for either show.
Yeah. I actually tonight. So I have so much editing to do, but probably while I'm editing, I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna watch the Enzo cast match.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot to go watch. I'll watch it tomorrow after work.
But that'll wrap it up.
It's probably 15 minutes of the absolute.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the whole episode just because I want to.
Okay, can you set the whatever episode is? Put it in the chat.
I think it's 12:42.
Yeah, I read Brian found it. But.
Yeah. But that'll do it. Ben, what do you got to plug?
What I got to plug? Well, I already plugged my glass. That's inappropriate. Fishbowl Dragon Ball Z referenced.
It's impractical. Post a
cut
picture of that.
it out.
Practical,
Cut it out.
Impractical.
But point being, though, one of my buddies, Dan Bayer from It's Just Beer podcast, actually got some of the Infinity Hop beers that we had way back when.
That's for Sunday's show.
And I told them about the cuvee that we did. And he messaged me. He showed all they didn't have 7 cans, they had 6. Only.
Okay.
And they mixed it all up. And I said, "Did it taste good? Let me know." Not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't actually. We mixed 7 beers together and actually.
And 2 or 3 of them were stouts.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they did like we did like a blueberry, like papaya one, and there was like a blood orange one, like marshmallow cereals and shit.
Is that your plug?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
Oh, and
Spookstock is August 25th.
Andy Ray beat me to it.
What about the podcast you're on?
What podcast?
I don't know.
Ben's on Banging Beers podcast. Check that out every Sunday.
We got an episode coming up where you're at Strikers.
Yeah, we just had Strikers.
But people know that I'm already on Banging Beers anyway, so I'll talk about beer all the time. So
what if we get a brand new listener this time that's never listened to the show?
I'll pitch it. Default pitch. I'm on Banging Beers podcast. We are going to be at Strikers again with.
No, we're not.
It's going
to air,
for this episode.
We were at Strikers.
Myself, Tony, Andy Hare from Faith in Exile, and Sarah Cartwright, one of our comedians in Scootstock.
Who's also on this podcast.
And on this one, yes. And we also had some imprint from Hatfield, big Crowler can. So join in, get our reviews, go from there.
Are they going to enjoy the video of that episode?
Oh, I forgot. You're going to enjoy the audio of it.
There is no video.
Yeah, so what happened was...
Tony turned on the camera, and then he goes, "Ben, turn on the camera." I'm like,
said,
"Okay."
Ben, is the camera rolling?
Yeah.
And Ben walks over and goes, "Yep," and turned it off. And we did the whole episode. Yep. So that episode will be audio only, and
Hey, that's okay.
yeah. But we're gonna upload the audio as well to
Anchor?
to YouTube,
Okay,
and just have like
the logo,
it'll just be like a
yeah.
logo there.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people, for Dave Meltzer, they do that.
Yeah.
Like his news
Yeah.
things. They
Just so it's on there, and if people are like, well, what happened to episode this, and then I have to fucking explain it. What do you got, Andy?
Nothing going on personally for me, but the Lady Death Kickstarter went live tonight, like a couple minutes ago, for Lady Death. It's a comic book that I get. You remember? I don't know if I ever brought it. I was going to bring it. It has jewels in it. Anyway, it's called Blasphemy Anthem, and you can get all different kind of covers and stuff. It's the full new comic, and there's always cool stuff that, like, as they get certain tiers, like 10,000, 20,000. They add little gifts and stuff like bumper stickers, and then it goes all the way up to like extra comics and extra pages in the comic, patches, all kinds of crazy stuff. Cool. They even did a Lady Death condom last time. So
condom,
yeah,
nice.
condom, a guitar pick, you get a challenge, tons of stuff. You get like a goodie bag. So you could just donate.
What the fuck's a condom?
Yeah.
Can't use it with my big dick.
Any physical reward, you get all the bonus stuff. So check out Lady Dick if you like that stuff.
That's my new podcast name.
What?
Big Dick Energy.
Big Dick Tony.
Big Dick Tony.
Yeah, like Big Dick Dudley.
And you talk nothing about sex.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Because I went to the beach, so I have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. Andy will be at the beach, so we will not have Andy for next week for wrestling and for Not Cool in High School. Yeah.
It's only for 1 week, though, folks.
One week, yeah. So don't lose your mind.
It's only for 2 podcasts.
We well, 1.
2. This one and Tornado Tag.
2 total.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 total, but 1 week. Yeah. So what do you got to plug?
I just want to remind anyone that if, for whatever reason, if you play Malifaux and you are not involved at the Alchemist Cove, League starts Sunday. Register with Rob Allison on Facebook in our Facebook group. We have 13.
Wait, Rob Allison from
Faith and Exile.
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, he's
Really?
he's ruling the game.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's our henchman. He controls the whole local scene actually.
And Beaner was super into Warhammer.
Beaner plays.
Yeah.
I think the place in Tamaqua is really into Warhammer. I believe as well.
I'm not
I
sure.
could be
I
wrong,
didn't get to check that place out.
but it's called the Escape Pod in Tamaqua.
The
Interesting.
with so leagues start, and yeah, for any reason, if you play and you don't know that we're doing that, you should. There's currently 13 registered players for our local meta, and that's kind of a big number.
Where is the Alchemist Cove located?
Schuylkill Haven?
right across from 4Play Moonshine, kind of.
If anybody
before the
is
car
super
wash.
old, it's right before the car wash. It's where Haddis's used to be.
Yes.
When we were children.
So when you go to School Haven, the main road, and you go over the railroad tracks,
Cross the
quick,
tracks,
make
make a right.
Yep.
There's a
That whole
there's a
strip
comic
mall
book
area.
store back
a right.
there.
Oh,
It is a
where,
nice store.
Where right across the street from the diner in that little strip mall?
No.
No, it's like you go past there's the
You know what
post
they used to-
office, then there's the train station.
That's
and then-
Driving down Main Street.
Yeah.
Okay, you're on 61. You know where the guy sells the Corvettes?
Yes.
Okay,
Make a right.
You make a right, and then you go down there,
Before that.
and then you go all the way into where you make another right to go downtown School Haven,
Right on the Main Street.
and then
yep.
you go through the main street. And there's Turkey Hill, Bruxelles, and then you go up over the railroad tracks, and the road goes like this, and you make an immediate right.
Okay.
It's a comic book store. I mean, but that guy carries
Tons of gaming stuff.
board games, Warhammer,
He might be.
Malifaux.
I say he's more gaming than comics. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's really personally really into magic, and it's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like a magic shop.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of magic players.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a nice guy. It's a nice store.
Maybe we'll go in and give him a plug and do like a live stream one day.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I would go there if I didn't already commit to my shop. I mean, not that I can leave anytime I want, but I already started going to my shop, and then he opened like 2 months later. He opened in January, and I started mine like I went the day before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So
That's where I
It's
got,
important
like,
to have
the-
that
yeah, connection.
Yes.
If you get comic books then all the time.
Absolutely.
If you just buy one book here and there, then it doesn't matter. But
That's where I got like my Berserks then too, like when I was pitching it when we started.
yeah, it's nice.
then,
It's
too.
clean. It's
Pretty
well
cool,
lit.
Yeah.
You know. You
Cool.
can't-
A really nice
We'll
guy.
go. I'll have to go check that out as soon as I'm fucking done with this
Sometime,
scoop
yeah.
stock. This show is
That's how you
taking
do
up
it.
so much of my time, but I enjoy it. All I got is just check out our other content on the show. If you like what you hear, or even if you don't and you want us to get better, there is a donation tab below. Anything helps, man. If you like it, $1, $2. It all goes to getting better equipment. We do have a lot in the works that we want to do when it comes to going mobile and going to places like Alchemist Cove or doing better interviews in certain locations. We have many phases of the podcast. So we're slowly coming up to phase 2, I guess. Would you
phase
say?
2, wow.
Yeah. So it'll be better mics, more dynamic mics, so it's we can do better on location. But like I said, if there's something you enjoy and you want to support us, we don't have a Patreon yet. It's something I am looking into, but all we have right now is a PayPal. Patreon is more a subscription where you do so much money a month. I don't want you to do it every month. If you want to make a one-time donation, or if it's something you want to do every month, you're more than welcome to do so. If you have $5 extra bucks laying around, help us out. And if you do, thank you so much. We did have a couple donations, and I really appreciate you guys so much. And even if you make a donation, you want us to do something crazy, or you want to give up a topic once a week, put it in the description after you make your donation. Say, hey, I donated this much. I want you to talk about this, or go watch this and talk about it. And we'll do it. And you don't have to make a donation to that either. Just comment in the section below. Follow our Facebook page at Not Cool in High School. And in our Instagram page, Interviews Everyday People. You get to see these cool, are they figurines? Am I saying that right? Or
miniatures.
Models. You can see the models that we did take photos of.
Little dollies.
Yeah, they're really, really neat. So check them out, and we'll put more content up there as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. That'll do it for Not Cool in High School.
We'll use the bathrooms.
I'll cut that.